Yes, guys, you know what time it is. It's your boy David at the Irish Hotspur, Ireland's #1 Spurs fan, Ireland's only answer to Harry Kane, joined by
his boy Marcelo, Brazil's #1 Spurs fan. I almost said America, but I gave that to Will. Brazil's
you can take
#1
both.
Spurs.
You can take both, lad.
No, I'm not gonna be too greedy. Brazil's #1 Spurs fan. Spurs #1 most passionate fan, alongside with David. You know, bringing you the passion, the desire, the hype, the emotion, the roller coaster of what it's like to be a Tottenham fan.
100%, and most importantly, the debate that no one ever wins. And today we will actually be debating about about managers we want in charge. Marcelo's put forward 2 names. I've put forward 2 names, and we'll take it from there and see how the stream goes, lads. You know how Frenemies rolls, and I'm looking forward to it. I really am. But before we do get into it, let's go through a few formalities. Make sure you do smash a like on the stream. Make sure you smash that subscribe button on the channel. Grab yourself a channel membership for the fan show coming this week. It'll be either tomorrow or Saturday. I'm not 100% sure with tomorrow yet because I do have Astro, and I'm just hoping I'll get back in time for it. The link for the channel memberships is in the description box below, or in a pinned tweet there in the chat if you do want to grab a channel membership and come on and have your say. And also, along with my email address for inquiries is in the description box, along with Marcelo's Twitter if you'd want to interact with Marcelo on Twitter. And also, get your super chats in. It guarantees your comment is read out and discussed, especially when the chat pops up. You guys know what it can be like here at times, but I will do my best to get everybody's chats up on screen. But Marcelo, we will welcome a few people to the building, and then we'll get into it. So we have SH Spurs 1. He wants Allegri. Big up. Dan Davenport says, I am applying for the Spurs job. Lol. And he says, what about Rafa Benitez for Spurs job, Dave, bro? Dan, look, you know, with Rafa Benitez, he stables clubs and that, but I don't think I could sit through the football. I really don't. I was prepared to do it for a season or 2 under Mourinho and stuff like that, but I don't think I can sit through something like that for much longer. Because, be honest with you, even though past seasons have gone by, my enthusiasm never, ever goes. I always see it out to the end of the season, and I'm sitting there bored until the Premier League comes back around. But I'm not going to lie, but a bit of my enthusiasm is starting draining with some of these players. And to be honest with you, some of the fan base too, because they still make excuses for these guys. You know, so some of that too.
Honestly, it's disgusting to make excuses out of these players. You know, honestly, like how can you sit there and say you respect and love the badge, but you know, like defend Harry Winks is, for me, it's beyond me. It's beyond me.
It's not only Harry Winks, though. You know, there's more. You have the Ben Davies fan club. You have the Eric Dyer fan club. You know, you have the GPS fan club, which is Sanchez. You have the Aurier fan club. Oh, he's brilliant at his final delivery. You know, all this sort of crack. So, you know, we've a long way to go. Before we want change of board level and everything else, we've a long way to go to change it with our fan base, to be honest with you, and start getting that winner's mentality at this club. Dan Hen says, at this point, just give me Harry Potter. We need someone to do magic with this squad if we're going to win anything. Then, I hope you put that in more for a bit of banter, Dan Hen, rather than actually wanting Harry Potter in charge, man, because honestly, I'll lose my nut if we get 17th or 18th in the Premier League. ATX7 Gaming says, let's go. I can't wait for this Frenemies show. Big up ATX7 Gaming. This show is building hype. This show is growing. I get a lot of compliments on it. You know, when they go up on YouTube, you know, it goes nuts. The amount of comments we do get on them and everything else, it's insane. Sue Smith is in the building. Big up, Sue. She's a big fan of Marcelo. She says, hello, everyone. Are we all still saying evening? Hashtag leave you out, Enoch and Harris Army. Sue, I will keep saying it, you know, until Arsenal finish above us. But if they don't, I'll keep saying it to next season, just purely to wind them Arsenal fans up. That's it. You know, just to absolutely laugh at them. Speaking of which, actually, when they got knocked out of Europe, I was straight in underneath an AFTV comment, and I have them all. I went fishing, Marcelo. You know, I casted the rod, put on plenty of bait. Oh, man, you want to see it. Oh, it was off the chain. It was so funny. It was brilliant. We have Theo Shilton in. He says, Time for Tottenham therapy. Of course, man, you know what the story is. And we have Dan Tyler. He says has to be either Rodgers, Potter, or Pochettino. Well, who knows? Who knows if any of them names are on the list? We'll wait and let you know. John Fitzpatrick, big up the Harris Army. Big up yourself, John. What a legend. Representing the Irish out in Australia as well. Keep it up, man. Chris, evening all. Enoch and Levy out supporters. 100%. We also have Derek Hutchinson. Has anyone shot on Levy's Bentley yet? No. Jordan Stevens, we're going to leave that for Jordo, my man. He's the one that came up with the idea, and I'm fully sure he'll see it through. Mirella Berteu saying, let's go, 100%, my man. Time for Tottenham to shit or get off the Potter. That's from Jammy Gate. Yeah, that's true. David and Marcelo in this pick show they care for the badge more than most of the current squad. What does that say? That, do you know what? We need to freeze frame this, get that comment, and get it trending because it's so true.
Yeah.
And do you know what? I was actually looking at the thumbnail again, Marcelo, right? And it actually just worked out in a way because I had the home jersey on that night, got the picture taken, sent it off to get the thumbnail made, and then you had the blue jersey on. And it kind of represents what the show is about. Two of us on opposite sides. And
I know,
you know what I mean? Some weeks we agree, some weeks we don't agree. And even down to the coloured jerseys, which was by accident, may I tell you. The thumbnail just looks good. But big up, Jamie. You know what the story is. You know where the passion is. Kelly J TV says Levy out. Anthony Berry, Man United 2, Liverpool 3. Yeah, it's a cracker of a game. Rafael Francisco says Premier League experienced and full of silverware curriculum in several countries. Benitez or CH manager do you prefer? I just don't want Benitez. Boss Bird TV, I'm telling you, bro, this is going to be interesting. Look, Marcelo, you may as well give your famous catchphrase. Give the fans what they want. Give them on, I'm telling you, bro.
David, I'm telling you, bro.
Yeah. It's probably going to be a lot more out during this show because, look, in a way, with Marcelo's manager's choice, I can kind of agree to a certain extent, but Marcelo hates my manager choices, but I'm backed up. Don't worry about that.
I don't like the managers.
He doesn't, but it's what makes the show. It's what makes the show. But Marcelo, look, different ideas, but same passion, and that's what it's about, my man.
That's all it's about, the show. Different ideas, same passion, just two mates having a conversation about a club that they love. Yeah, that's what it is about.
It is, and I'm so glad that you, the Harris Army, the Samba soldiers, you've received it so well. George, if we can somehow get Weghorst and Immobile in, should Kane leave? Couple of very good European strikers at height up front with Weghorst. Look, all I'm going to say is Harry Kane goes. That money has to be reinvested into a striker and a centre attacker midfielder. Two players of quality. There's your money taken up that you sold Kane for. And if that doesn't happen, you're going back to the Martin Yole days where you're bouncing up and down. And we don't, even before the Martin Yole days where you're kind of hanging around mid-table, you're going to become a Palace. You don't want that. So I don't want to sell Kane. I'll go absolutely, I'll lose my shit if we sell Harry Kane. Mary McGee, okay, where's Marcelo? Here he is. Philip Brady, Inzaghi or Poch. Marcelo, you were saying a bit about Inzaghi, weren't you?
I'm actually a big fan of Inzaghi. He didn't make my list quite. He was close.
Tell us why, though. Even though he's not on the list, tell us why.
Well, one, okay, I'm not a fan of Lazio, and what they stand for as a club, but what he's done at Lazio has been tremendous. I mean, he's won 3 trophies with them. He's got them to a Champions League spot. I can't remember the last time Lazio even won a trophy or got into a Champions League spot. You know what I mean? What he has done at Lazio was really impressive, and he seems like to be a manager that could suit and fit Tottenham. He's an ex-player, so he would, an ex-legend, not just an ex-player, an ex-legend. The guy's won everything, in his career. So he's going to be a manager that has respect by a lot of players can look up to, especially, if we have a young striker coming in, right? Inzaghi being a very famous striker. And he plays good attacking football, man. I like the football that he plays. Yeah. And I think he could fit Tottenham. I think he could fit Tottenham pretty well, and I think he could overachieve like he did at Lazio, because he has overachieved. I mean, I can't really can you answer me? When was the last time Lazio won a trophy and got Champions League?
Well, they're not. I actually think they're in the Champions League this season, no. But I can't remember last time they won a trophy.
Yeah, no,
It could be this season or last season. I've seen them in the group stages.
Yeah, no, they were in the Champions League this season and also I think last season.
But they're just shit. They're not. They're nowhere near what they used to be when I was growing up.
Yeah, no, but like, no, but David, I mean, like compared to like when Inzaghi took them over, I can't remember the last time they got Champions League, or
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. No, that's true.
Or won a trophy. Actually, I'm gonna
Yeah,
look that up. I'll look that up and I'll tell you.
Yeah,
But
while you look that up, Ronan O'Donnell says, David, you know that is called an opinion. Not everyone will agree with you, your guys' opinions. Big up Marcelo and David. No, Ronan, 100%. I get there's an opinions, but, when have we ever lost the narrative that there's also a right and a wrong opinion?
yeah,
You know what I mean? There is right and wrong. So everyone can hide behind opinion, but there is right and wrong. And back in Ben Davies, Harry Winks, and Dyer, my eyes don't lie to me, and I'm going to call it out. I think it's wrong. Whether they agree with me or not, I'm stating it. But big up, Ronan. I get where you're coming from, my man. I'll just skip right through because the comments are off the chain here. So we'll get to the bottom. We have Jordan who's saying, he says, hey, lads, how are you this evening? David, you're a legend. Big up, Jordan. I really appreciate it. I'm not the only legend in this building, though. This guy right beside me, this way. This way. He's a legend, too. He's He's even more of a legend than me, But big up, Jordan. I really do appreciate the words. But Marcelo, did you get it looked up?
Yeah. So the last time before Inzaghi joined Lazio, the last time they won a major trophy was in 2012. So, that was 8 years, and he broke their 8-year curse. So, who says he can't do it at Spurs? He broke their curse at Lazio. He could do it at Spurs. And look, listen, yeah, sure, it is a Coppa Italia, and Coppa. I think what was it, Coppa Italia and a Super Coppa Italiana, which is like basically like a Carabao Cup and a FA Cup. But like honestly, if we win an FA Cup, like I'll cry. Like honestly, like I honestly would.
Oh, yeah.
Like I want an
I'd
FA
cry
Cup
if we won the League Cup.
Yeah.
Like, well, I know I would.
Yeah, like we just need trophies. We just like I don't even care about top 4. We just need trophies. Like if you notice, I stopped caring about the season as soon as that League Cup was finished. I gave up on everything. Everything doesn't matter.
Well, I didn't. I got suckered in again. I got roped in again that these players were just going to get me over the line. Didn't happen. Didn't happen. But Marcelo, a few people are asking, what's happened to your face? Can you shave them? They didn't recognize you.
Yeah. So, like I work in the hospital setting, so the beard was getting a little bit too big, so I had to shave it off. But I'll regrow it. Don't worry, Will. I'll join the beer club soon. And also, my mug and my shirt is coming, so I can't wait to wear that on your show.
Brilliant.
It
brilliant.
should be
you can wear that with pride on the Will Stewart channel next. That's brilliant.
Yeah, honestly, it'll be better. It'll be better than wearing.
Again, lad. You need something for the women to grab a hold of.
No, I'll grow it back. It grows back fast. If you already can see, there's a few like stubbles already growing back in.
But big up. We're joined by some YouTubers here today. Some great men. We have Will Stewart THFC rants in the chat. Big up, Will. We also have Bob Spur, who's lying in bed watching us. Big up, Bob Spur. And we also have Mr. Daigle in the building as well. So big yourselves up. But Marcelo, look, we may as well get into it. Let's not waste any more time.
Yeah.
We've been clowning around now for a few minutes. So look, do you want to put yours for one of yours forward first, or do you want me to go first?
I'll put in one. Or actually, you put in one, and then I'll put in one, and then we do the second one.
Right.
All right. So
big up Tin Man 007 as well. He says, Marcelo, you're now the real 007. Big up, Tin Man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Right. So the first manager I'm going to put forward is Antonio Conte. I'll tell you why. So look, he began coaching in 2006. He was a former Juventus player. He retired in 2004. The clubs he has managed, and this is in order: Arezzo, Bari, Atlanta, Siena, then on to Juve, then the Italy job, then on to Chelsea, and then into where he is currently.
Yep.
The formations he tends to like to play is a 3-5-2 or another version, which is a 3-4-2-1. He tends to switch it up between the two of them. With them systems, the benefits is that it relies a lot on the wing backs. So look, if he was to come into Tottenham, it would suit Reguilon down to the ground. It would suit like Ryan Sessegnon down to the ground because he's playing left wing back for Hoffenheim over in Germany.
Yeah.
Right back, look, my feeling is we're not going to sell Doherty. I think it'll be Ori
Oh,
out the door before Doherty if it happens. I think it'll be very hard to sell him after a year. And don't get me wrong, I know he's shit. I still think he's shit. But if he's here for another season and he did play a right wing back at Wolves where he played his best football, who knows? Maybe we might be able to get something better out of the guy. I know it's asking a lot, but we'll wait and see. But we will need to sign another fullback for him. But because the fullback, and the reason why, because the fullbacks are expected to create chances. You've seen it at Chelsea when he was in the Premier League with Victor Moses one side, and I can't remember who was the other side. But they were responsible for creating chances. When the ball was over on the left, the right wing back was responsible for getting into the box, as well, and creating another attacking outlet. But he also relies on them very heavily to get back and create that back five when we don't have the ball. So the wing backs will have to be super, super fit.
which we don't have right now.
No, which we don't. We don't. Well, we have Reguilon. It'll suit Session. It's the right-hand side, which is the problem, that it wouldn't suit. But we look, no matter what manager comes in, I think that has to be sorted out anyway. He does, with Conte, he does like employing a target man up front, which Harry Kane can be, which he is. Or if he goes with the two up front, he likes to play one big one and one small one with the pace going in behind.
Yeah.
Which you could kind of, if you wanted to, you could bring Sonny in to play that role, or you know what I mean. So, like with their link-up play, if he could get that going, that would be absolutely amazing, I think. He's also outspoken. He's eccentric. He's brilliant. He's controversial. He's everything you want an Italian man to be. He takes no horse shit, which I'm sorry to say, this squad needs. I don't care. They can sit there and cry for daddy all they want. Like I said, go and live with son. He lives with his father. There's your daddy figure. Stop crying. Some of these players need to start, being treated like proper men instead of babies who get their ass wiped on 100K a week.
Yeah.
He is known for building strong defenses and improving players' organizational skills when it comes to the defending. With Siena, he was in charge for 372 days from May 2010 to May 2011. He won 22 games, drawn 14, only lost 8, and that's 1.82 points per match, which is a great return for a team like Siena in the Italian league, to be fair to the guy. Then we move on to, I left out the likes of Arezzo, Bari, Atlanta. I just gone from Siena onwards because they were his early managerial days. Then, of course, he was a player at Juve. He went back to manage Juve. He spent 979 days in charge in total in 2 periods, from May 2011 to June 2012. And he was that good, they came back for him in December 2012 to July 2014. And in his time at Juve, 87 wins, 29 draws, and only lost 13. A return of 2.24 points per game, which is a title-winning season.
Yeah.
That's a huge return. To be fair,
No,
look, I know Juve, best team in the league, but it's a huge return.
To be fair,
13 games all season.
To be fair, he did make Juve into that type of club, that type of dominating club, because Juve were not as dominant before Conte. He made them much better. I will agree with that, and all those stats are great, but you left out one thing. He needs backing.
I know that. But to be honest with you, I think whatever manager we bring in is going to need backing, no matter what manager. I genuinely do believe that. If you look at the work he done at Siena, he didn't really get the backing there, but he done a great return from it. A great return.
He did. No, he did a good job in Siena, but he just look. Let's look at the reason why Conte is leaving Inter, right? Let's be real here. He wants to leave Inter because he's not getting his first choice players, right? He has Hakimi, he has Barella, he has Brozovic, he has Skriniar, he has Lukaku, he has Martinez. I mean, he has Eriksson in the bench. I mean, he has loads of world-class players, and this guy is still complaining that he is not being backed enough. If he's complaining,
best man. This is why I love him. This is why I love him. He doesn't settle for second best man.
Exactly. but he is never gonna get his first choice at Enoch. Like, let's be really here. I just don't see Conte. Like, don't get me wrong, he's a great manager. He's a great manager. You back Conte, you give him the first choice players that he wants, he will win you trophies, right? The big ones, right? The only problem is that he's not gonna get his first choice. He's gonna get his third choice. He's not gonna be able to adapt. And it's like you said, we need this squad can't handle a demanding player. You say we need a manager that had no nonsense demanding, that is, a manipulator that, tries to get players going. We had the best of all time that did that.
Yeah.
We had the best of all time in Jose Mourinho that did that. The guy that literally made Inter a team that couldn't mentally break, that hurdle of winning a Champions League. He made them believe that they were European champions, and they won it. Like, we had that guy, and we mentally broke him in less than a year. You know what
No,
I mean?
I get that, but like the thing is, we weren't ready for Jose.
And we're
squad
ready for
wise.
Conte now.
No, but the thing is, they're going to have to learn. They're going to have to change, and with the pressure of the fans, if the thing is, I firmly believe we need an old wily head in here to manage this squad throughout the season. That's just my belief. First of all, no matter what manager comes in, whether you get in, Scotty Starstruck or you go and get in Jurgen Klopp, Pep Guardiola, they're going to need backing. It really doesn't matter what manager comes in. The backing is they're going to have to do it. But with Conte, he's not going to with Mourinho, right? Let's be honest with you. There's people that just hated Mourinho. There's a lot of the fan base who didn't accept him because he was Chelsea manager. He was already a hated figure walking into this club. Conte wouldn't. And I think Conte would have a better chance of getting his points and everything else across than what Mourinho ever did. Because with Mourinho, it was kind of like with Tottenham. No matter what he done, people question. But with Ryan Mason now, they're none. All these questions have gone hiding again. Why isn't he playing Vinicius? Why isn't he doing this? Why isn't he doing that? All them questions have gone out the window. No one's sitting there going, "Why are we sitting back against Leeds? Why aren't we going? Why are we sitting back against City? Why aren't we playing on the front foot?" But then we demand that of Jose. The thing is, there was an agenda against Jose. With Conte, it'll be different.
No. I'm telling you, Conte comes in, just because he was the Chelsea manager, our fans will not want him. Listen, Chelsea managers don't have a good history at our club, David. You know this. AVB didn't last long. Jose didn't last long. You know what I mean? Like, they just don't have a good history at the club. They just don't.
AVB should never have been appointed in the first place.
No,
he's a loser.
Yeah,
he's a loser.
Shit. Yeah, he's shit. But, like Conte, I just don't think it would work because we're not going to be able to afford the players that he wants. We're not going to be able to, these players are not going to buy into his system. They're not going to buy into it. They're not going to buy into his management. We already tried and failed to see that, the hard, I'm the great, you listen to me, you do what I want, jump out high. That doesn't work. Doesn't work at Tottenham. We're too special. You know this, David. We're too special. These players are too special. Dele Alli, he needs a father figure. 24 years old, lad, but he needs a father figure. You know this. Like, it won't work. Listen. I'm in the boat where I would love Conte, but I just don't see it working. I don't see it panning out. And let me tell you who's my manager. And
before you do, with Conte, he's proven that he can build teams. He does the trophies he's won. He's a Premier League. He's an FA Cup within 2 seasons at Chelsea from July 2016 to July 2018. He's 742 days in charge, 70 wins, 15 draws, 21 losses, 2.12 points per game. And then at Inter, where he is currently, 713 days in charge, 63 wins, 24 draws, 14 losses, 2.2 points per game, which is actually the same as Chelsea, the points per game. But he's got 1 Premier League, 1 FA Cup, 4 Serie A's, and 2 Italian Cups. Yeah. For me, I definitely think he'd be the man to take us back to Champions League, keep him, and then build on it from there. And I do think he's the man that I believe would give us the shortest turnaround in terms of a rebuild.
I disagree. And let me tell you
Well,
who I think could do a better job.
Before Marcelo tells you who he thinks can do a better job, we have 127 people watching. Make sure you smash a like on the stream, subscribe on the channel. Let me know in the comments what you think, and if not, why not send it in the super chat and let me know your thoughts, who you want as next manager, whether you agree with Conte, whether you disagree. All the super chats go to helping me get in better equipment to be able to bring you better shows, more interactive shows next season, which I already have planned and plan on delivering. But Marcelo, take it away. Who do you want next, my man?
He is the myth, the legend, El Loco. You know it. I've been viewing propaganda all over Twitter. If you follow me, you know who I want. Marcelo Bielsa. Let me tell you why. Let me read some of his credentials. Ugh. He won an Olympic gold medal with Argentina in 2004.
That's easy.
Oh no, it's not, lad. It's not. It's the only Olympic gold medal they've won. It's the only Olympic gold medal
look
they
at the
won.
players they have. They have Messi. They had Messi going to it. It's easy. It's easy for Argentina.
It's funny you say it's easy, but that squad hasn't won a trophy yet. Aside with Marcelo Bielsa.
Yeah, because Messi shits himself on the big stage. But look at the pool of players. Look at the pool of players they have to pick from. Look at the pool of players they have to pick from. They should be making the final every time they're in it.
You can't tell me. You're winding me up now, lad. You can't tell me it's easy when no one else but Bielsa has done it. All right? No one. You know what's easy? You know what I could say? It's easy to win a trophy with Juventus. You know what I mean? Millions of other managers won a trophy with Juventus. Who won? Who was the last man to win a trophy with this Argentina squad? Marcelo Bielsa. Marcelo Bielsa.
Yeah, but why did he win it? Because it's easy.
No, he didn't win. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. Come on, you can't be kidding me. Like, it was not easy. That gold medal was well hard earned. He also won, right? He also won 3 league Argentinian titles with Newell's, who were at that time when he took.
I'll give him credit for that. They're not a top team, really.
No. Not only were they not a top team, they were near relegation when he took them, David. He won 3 league titles with, and this was a time when Argentina, the league, was a strong league. You remember Boca Juniors and River Plate? They were in the prime back then in the 90s and 80s. You know what I mean? They were
good. A bit like the League of Ireland, lad.
No, come on now. No. Don't even go there. Are you kidding me?
No, it's not. It's 10 times better than this shit.
No. Yeah, you better not say that.
I'll give him credit. I'll give him credit for that in Argentina. I'll give him credit because I do know a bit about Argentinian football, so I'll give him credit for that. Yeah. That is a good achievement.
No, and it was an incredible achievement for him, and he got a stadium named after him. So you know what I mean. The guy has his own stadium after name. He also took what was it? Leeds, who were actually, let me look at his other tenure, right? He so he won he played was this as a player? No. So he managed 97 games with Newell's. He won 39, drew 38 in total and lost 20. He has a 40% win rate, not the best. But you got to remember, when he first picked up the job, they were a relegation side, so he had a lot of work to do. Like at Spurs, if he were to take the job. A lot of work.
Well, he doesn't like taking the main clubs in any country he's gone to. You look at all the countries he's gone to. He doesn't like taking over one of the big boys.
Lad, we're not a main club.
We are. We're one of the big boys. We are one of the top big.
Lad, no. At this point, I don't consider us. We have fallen way too back behind. He
doesn't like going to any of the capital cities either, so I can't see him going to Tottenham. He doesn't like that lifestyle.
I don't know. I disagree. I think he could fit at Tottenham. The thing is about Marcelo Bielsa is he likes the culture of a club. He likes a challenge. You see, Marcelo Bielsa could have taken a lot of big jobs, David. This is what people don't understand. He could have been a Barcelona manager. He could have, he's gotten offered.
He's turned down big jobs. That's what I'm saying. He doesn't like taking them.
But the thing is, that's because Barcelona were already a successful club by the time he took it. He likes taking clubs that are, struggling or, down and making them great. He loves a challenge. He loves overachieving. That's what he's built on. He loves a club with great culture. And I will say this about Tottenham. Say what you will, David. We have one of the best cultures. the history of how we play. You know what I mean? The fans, the chants.
Yeah.
Just the history of the club. It's a very beautiful history. You know what I mean? We're like, as much as sometimes I slag off the fan base. We are a very you know passionate and emotional fan base, and you saw that with Pochettino when he was able to bring everybody together and the culture together. There was a real collective. I don't know. It sounds like like when Pochettino was there, it just sounds like we were together. Everything was together, and he
Well,
brought
I
the
tell you
ethos
why.
back.
Can I tell you why? And this is
Yeah,
something that isn't spoke about enough. When Pochettino came in, he got a lot of young, hungry players who were nowhere near the finished article. You know what I mean? And said, "Stick with me. This is going to happen." With Tottenham right now, we've a lot of players that have been here for 7, 8 years. Too long, and they just don't have that desire, that passion, or that desire to even put in that intensity that Bielsa's training requires. I've seen Bielsa's training.
yeah.
Believe me, I'm a big fan of what he does behind the scenes.
No, yeah.
But these players ain't doing it. None of these
But the
players are
thing
doing it.
is,
They're
no,
too
no. But the
young.
thing, no, no. They will, because let me tell you something. Bielsa actually has very good man management. He doesn't do like Conte or Mourinho, where he's like, "Here's my name. I've won this. Do that." Right? If you look at with these Leeds player when he first came in, even if he doesn't speak English, you can see these lead players really like Bielsa. He really gets the players. They seem to like him. He grows attached to the players, and not only does he do that, he also manipulates players to grow attached to the club.
But you know what he done with Leeds when he first came in?
Mm.
He went and got a load of the youngsters because they'd run. With
Yeah,
the players he had when he came in, they wouldn't do it.
yeah.
So he went and got a load of players
Isn't that what
from
we
the
needed?
academy and went and got the board to sign players to suit it. It's
Yeah,
not
but
like he
isn't that
came
what
in
we
and got
needed?
these players to start miraculously running. He didn't.
Yeah,
He
but
cleared them out.
but the thing is, what I'm trying to say is that would fit perfectly for us, because we're not going to spend money on we're not going to spend 50 million on like Holland. We're not going to spend like 80 million on like Australian. Forget about that, David. Forget about that. We're not
No,
going to do that. Let's be realistic here. If anything that's going to save us, it's these fucking academy players that we have. We have a lot of good academy players going in, and I would love if Bielsa came in and grew them, because not only would he raise them right, raise them to be proper players, he will raise them to love Tottenham Hotspur. That's what Pochettino did, and that's what Bielsa did with Leeds. Leeds, he got, what he did with these players? He made them do community service and clean up after the pitch and help the community at Leeds. You know what I mean? Like, this guy is a guy that gets players to buy into the badge, to buy into the ethos, the culture, and, just fight. And I know, listen, if you want trophies, Conte is probably the better choice, right? If you want to try to get a better chance at trophies, Conte is a better choice. But the issue is we don't have the players to win trophies. We don't have the squad to win trophies. We need a rebuild. We need to get our identity back. We need to get our culture back at this fucking club, David, because it's
yeah,
dying.
no,
It's gone. It really is gone. You know what I mean? We're not going to win trophies unless we get our culture and our identity back. And
yeah,
Bielsa, for me, is the right guy to bring our identity. He did it at Newell's. He's done it at Leeds, and he's done it at Marseille's. He's done it at a lot of clubs. And if you look at the fan base, most fan base adore Bielsa.
yeah.
Absolutely
No, I
adore
get
him.
that. I get that. But honestly, when I look at Tottenham now, I just can't see Bielsa working. Honestly, because he is the sort of manager. He'll walk into a job and walk out if he's not happy.
No,
He's
yeah,
done
no,
that.
he will. Yeah, he
He's
will.
proven that.
No, he
He's
will.
proven that.
So would Conte. You don't think Conte wouldn't walk out? You'd probably look at Levy. You'd be like, wait, what's my budget? I'm gonna
But with
fuck off
Conte,
immediately.
he doesn't actually have record of walking out after like 11 days. Bielsa does.
No, yeah,
Bielsa
yeah.
has Bielsa has things like that. If he walks into Tottenham and things aren't done his way, or if he walks in and he says, right, these players aren't good enough, we need to get rid of them, get new players on the board, say no. Bielsa will just walk out.
Ah,
And then it puts us even in a worse situation. Look, if we had a younger squad and a squad that were willing to actually run and put in the effort, I would be all for Bielsa, believe
but
me.
but
I watched that Leeds documentary on Amazon.
Yeah, it was a great.
Very, very good.
But the thing
Very
is,
good
David,
in-depth
we've been.
side behind Bielsa.
But the thing is, David, we've been saying it all season. Get these youngsters a chance. We got some good youngsters. If you want to give them a chance, Bielsa is the perfect guy. And if you want someone to raise youngsters, Bielsa or Ten Hag for me are the two guys to really grow a lot of prospects. I mean, if you see what he's done to Rafinha, is turning into a baller, man. You know what I mean? He is
Yeah, he is.
developing players. He develops players so well, and he also overachieves like a mother. Like the thing is, people like to criticize this Bielsa Leeds team at times, right? Really harshly criticize. But if you think about it, almost I think only one player in that Leeds team has any Premier League experience. This was a squad, David, that their only experience was either the championship or an outside league, right? He's gotten this fresh squad and not only promoted them to the Premier League, but is also about to reach 10th. And you know what? Depending on how the season goes, he could finish above us, bro. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? With a freshly promoted team. That's incredible, lad. That's incredible. That's overachieving, in my opinion. And we need a
It is.
manager
But
right now that can overachieve.
what I will say is right. We have to take this into account. With Leeds, they got knocked out of the cups early, so they've only really had the Premier League to focus on. So
Yeah.
it's easy to have a fully fit, fresh squad. You take his training methods into a season like Tottenham's, like we had this season, with all the Europa League games, gone the distance in the League Cup, a run in the FA Cup, and the amount of league games thrown in on top, with how quickly they've been thrown in on top, Bielsa wouldn't stand a chance. These players have been knackered halfway during the season.
Hey, you know what? Maybe Endo fat ass needs to learn. Maybe
Oh, he
he
needs
needs.
Bielsa.
Maybe.
In fact, loan him
Maybe.
out to Bielsa.
Yeah. Yeah. No, exactly. And maybe that's sometimes what these players need. You know what? Because you know what, David. At this point with Spurs, I don't don't get me wrong. I was saying it beforehand. Like I would cry if we won an FA Cup. I just don't see us winning a trophy, and quite a bit. I think our closest chance was with Pochettino. We got
Yeah.
very close, but the board never pushed on forward. They never pushed that hurdle. I think
Yeah.
we went through that phase of having an opportunity to win a trophy, and it's time for a new stage, almost like a Martignol. I think Bielsa can be our Martignol. He can be that guy that
Yeah.
can get us going again. We need
Yeah,
a manager to get us.
he can stall a way into the club. I agree. I agree with that.
And in my opinion, it's going to take a long time with this board, right? Because they're not going to go anywhere. It's going to take some time for us to get back. And we need
Yeah.
a guy right now. We need to find our identity, and we just need to we need to get back playing with fucking passion again, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's no passion in this club. There's no desire. There's no, you know what I mean? You see the fat ass just fucking walking without the fucking ball. You know what I mean? You see Hoiberg running his ass off up and down the
Yeah.
pitch, and
And then the fat ass is there slugging out of a water bottle like there's no water left on the planet.
and like you see Wanks, with his fucking he's such a wanker. Like, you know what I mean? Like he's such his shit haircut. You know
The
what
only
I mean?
player, Marcelo, the only player to pick up a medal at Wembley there at the Carabao Cup for being high goal seek champ. The only Spurs player to pick up a medal.
It's just these players infuriate me, and for me, I'm not looking at trophies right now. I'm looking at just finding our identity and just finding our pride again, finding our cojones. You know what I mean? Where's our balls for sake?
Yeah, that's it. But you know my fear? Bielsa comes in. Winks, he'll meet all the running stats. He'll meet all the stats he needs to in training. And then so will Ben Davies. And my fear is they'll be back in on that alone. Because you know what they're like? They're like the kid in the class who's, the teacher asks a question and their hands up. They're jumping out the seat. They're like, pick me. Oh, miss. Oh, please, pick me. That's what these guys are like. They're grade A lick asses, grade A brown nosers. And I would be afraid that Bielsa would keep them around for another year because they're running around and doing this and doing that. You look at Winks. The only thing he actually does is mobilise. He can't pass, he can't tackle, he can't header. The only thing he does is just move about and play high goal seek on the football pitch. He's annoying me. And then you have Airhead, Brickhead, Moon Boots.
Oh.
That guy. Again,
no, he wouldn't make it. No, he wouldn't make a Bielsa team even if he tried. David, he can't. You know what I mean? Like he turns like a fridge. I get your point, like Wanks, because Wanks is good passing. Well, quote unquote good passing. He kind of plays a Spanish system, which is kind of like Bielsa's system, right? So maybe I could see him sticking around for a little bit. Maybe Bielsa liking him, but no, Moon Boots. No, David. He can't fit a system. Even if he tried. Even if he tried, he'd be guzzling
Honestly,
water.
such a waste of space. Just ring NASA, send him up in a rocket to Mars, and leave him there. Please, just leave him there. He's the most infuriating player. Honestly, I want to know what the Harris Army and the Samba Soldiers think about this. 161 of you is watching. Before I get your thoughts on Dyer's latest comments, there's 100. Make sure you do smash a like on the stream, subscribe on the channel, and don't be afraid to get your super chats in. Who wants to be the Harris Army's first super chatter today?
Come on, let's get the super chats.
Yeah, get the questions in for me and Marcelo. Get the questions in for us. But look, with Dyer, his latest comments after we get hiding off leads, he's at fault for 2 goals, and he made the comments before the game. My criticism was harsh. His latest comments is, and we should all be grateful, bow down, lick his hoop, and praise him and be like, thank you, Eric. His latest comments are...
He is a wanker.
What?
I'm here.
His latest comments are that we're going to give it our all for the last 3 games. Whoop-de-doo. Does this guy realize it's a 38-game season?
Yeah.
Does this guy realize he's form dipped when we were top of the league and needed him to concentrate the most? Then he complains about his criticism being harsh. Yeah. At fault for all 3 goals against Leeds, even the last one. Okay, it was 2-on-1, but he played your man on side. At fault for all 3 goals against Leeds, and then comes out with that token gesture. Like we should all be bowing down and be like praying to Eric, thank you. You know what I mean? What an absolute moonhead.
35 games too fucking late, Eric Dyer. 35 games too fucking late. How about you fucking learn, how about not getting beat by a guy half your size, Cavalero. How about learning how to defend then? You know what I mean? These 3 games, honestly, David, I'm going to watch the Wolves game because, I'm a fan. I love Spurs, but David, honestly, I could give less of a fuck. And honestly, I'm getting to a point now, really, even you are the most passionate, positive, always optimistic fan. Optimistic fan. I didn't want to say it. You said it.
No, I am. I know I am.
You're the most optimistic fan I've ever met. And even you're getting to a point where it's just I just kind of want the season to end. I don't care.
Oh yeah, I want it over. I want it done.
It's getting to a point watching the squad. It's just becoming painful, man. It's just becoming painful. If next season this squad doesn't change or our attitude doesn't change, honestly, my love for the club will be internal, but my love for watching Spurs. Honestly, David, it's it's going lower and lower. You know what I mean? I'm getting less excited.
Yeah. Oh no, look, I'll be honest with you, Marcelo, right? And I'll be honest with everybody. First of all, I will take Russian Bear's comment, and then I will get on to what Marcelo was saying. I'll happily drive Dyer to Rome, so him and Jose can continue their love affair. Great banter, lads. No, thank you. Honestly, if you could, that'd be brilliant. We'll book the boat tickets. I would be afraid to book plane tickets because it gives him a chance to run off the airport, Russian Bear. If we book the boat ticket, you can keep him locked in the car. He can't go anywhere, which means we can safely deliver him to Roma. And then when you get back, I'm pretty sure just head down to Tottenham. We'll all go over, and you will not be buying for drinks or dinner for the rest of the week.
You see,
we'll be praising you and we'll be loving you.
The thing about Eric, the thing about Eric Dyer and some of these players is not only are they not only are they shit at football, first of all, just shit. They're also boring, him, Wanks,
even their character's boring.
Their personality is stale. Their football is shit, and their personality is stale. Honestly, have you seen an Eric Dyer press conference? I would rather watch, flies fuck and paint dry than watch an Eric Dyer press conference. He is just absolutely boring.
Even on the documentary, you see him on the documentary, he just walks around. He's like, no, he doesn't even have a brain of his own. He's such an idiot. Honestly, the guy's a clown. You know what I mean? Look, at least I'm deluded, but in a good way. He's just pure. He's just deluded.
No,
he's just deluded in a bad way.
Honestly, he needs psychiatric help, man. Because the fact that he thinks he's having a good season, It baffles me.
And then he's
It
running
really
up
is
into the
baffling.
stands. Then he's running up into the stands like he's some sort of savior. People are abusing me, and my brother can hear it. You know what I mean? Okay, well, look, first of all, don't really condone abuse, to be honest with you. Well, abuse in the right way, as in, like, you can sit here and do it but don't go personal, never go personal, or like that. But with Dyer, it's simple. It's so simple. Perform on the pitch, the fans will adore you. You will get the adulation from the crowd. We will sing your name. We'll wash your car for free. We'll clean your boots. You know what I mean? Even though the moon boots are bigger than everybody else's, we'll clean them. Not a problem. And you get the adulation, like I said, you get the praise.
And you know
it's
why?
simple.
And you know why? You saying that is the reason why Marcelo Bielsa is perfect. You know what's his main saying? The respect of the fans is not expected, but earned. The respect of the fans
It'll always be
earned. That is his motto. He feels like every single one of those players should respect and want for the fans to earn the fans' respect as well. You know what I mean? He wants the fans to earn their respect. Like his main motto is for the players to respect the fans. You know what I mean? To respect the club.
Yeah.
And you know what? If you see him come, you won't see that. Like for example, we had our captain David laughing at a draw.
Yep.
Him and the right, like,
whatever happened to if you lose, right? Do you know, fuck this sportsmanship and all this sort of, pansy stuff where, all this nicety, right?
The game is gone. Game is gone.
No great player or no great sportsman ever achieves anything without being selfish, without being cocky, without having the arrogance, right? Now, forget this sportsmanship of let's have a laugh, let's all talk, we're all buddies. Okay, me as a fan, walk off the pitch. Don't shake hands. Walk off the pitch. I want you to be that angry. You walk off the pitch and you go and have a bust up in the dressing room. That's what I want when we lose. None of this crack of, how you getting on, buddy? Yeah, I'll be around later on for a glass of wine. Make sure you have the steak on. You know what I mean? Yeah, why not put on the jacuzzi? I'll be round in my $60,000 car into your into your $1 million mansion. You know what I mean? In the Armani jocks. Do you know what I mean? This, the best of the best of everything. And they can't even give us 90 minutes on a football field. Oh my God. I see people down on Sunday League with more heart and more passion, and they have 2 left feet and can't even cook a football straight. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, David, I've been saying it, man. I remember when, Hugo went on that press conference and, he pretended to be all passionate, the Dynamo game. He pretended, and I'm saying he doesn't care. He's leaving the fucking club. Of course he's going to say that. You know what I mean? He has no consequences of, saying that. He's going to leave in a year or two. You know what I mean? He's gone. So it's just and then people are like, my captain. And then he goes and does that against Everton. And I'm like, I told you so. These players don't care about winning or losing. All they care about, except for Harry Kane and Son, you can see every time they lose, it hurts them. Son.
Well, Son, look, he annoyed me when he started crying. You know what I mean? That annoyed me. I get it. It can be perceived as he cares, but
he does.
He was the worst player on the pitch.
No, but he does care.
He was one of the worst players on the pitch.
David, he does care. No, David, he does care. The man looked like he had 3 weeks of depression after we lost that United game. You know what I mean? Every time we lose, you look at Sonny, you can see there's pain in his face. Sonny definitely cares. Harry Kane, he cares. Højbjerg, he cares. But some of these other players, you know what I mean? All they care about is collecting their wages and fucking Spurs and fucking Spurs.
Having a bet on the cricket in the dressing room that they're playing. Yeah. Cricket. Of all teams, cricket. This is what they think us fans. Actually, sorry. This is what the fans want to see. They want to see them having a good old jolly time. You know what I mean? Having the crack, having a laugh. We're all one big happy family. All smiles on our faces. In fact, what I want to see pictures of is them on fat ass, right, sweating around the training ground because he's being put through the ringer. No. Right? I want to see the players being made sprint, being made run, doing the basics on the training field. That's what I want to see videos and pictures of. Not Joe Hart, who doesn't even play as a side man, standing there orchestrating the cricket like a twat. Do you know what I mean? Like a twat. What? Oh my God! And people are loving it. Oh, look at them! Oh, look at them! Harry Kane, he's the next England cricketer. Oh, give it a break. Honestly, I'm sick of it. I want to see them out training. I want to see them going through Not the motions, because that's even worse, but being put through their paces. You know what I mean? I want to see them sweating. I want to see them run around like athletes, not in the cricket, in the dressing room playing cricket. Cricket, it's the worst sport on earth. It's so boring. It's so boring. But big up Andrew Bailey for becoming a new channel member, and big up Russian Bear for the super chat as well. Everyone else, sorry about my rants, but if you like them, if you agree with them, if you disagree, and let me know what managers and stuff you wanted. Also, send in a super chat with what awards you want to see on Frenemies at the end of the season. Player awards. Me and Marcelo already have some categories, but we might have missed some. So get them in and let us know. Sorry, Marcelo.
No, honestly, how the hell did we go arguing about Bielsa, Conte and Bielsa, to just literally like? Oh no, I know how.
You started talking about Davies and that, and set me off.
No, it was a super chat about moon boots, and then just went like these players, they just like this is what I'm talking about, David. Like as much as I would like Conte at the club, he would not change these players. I think Bielsa would say, all right, you don't want to play for the club, well screw you. Because Bielsa doesn't care if he finished 10th, bro. He doesn't care. He would rather us playing for the badge and have players that play for the badge and care about the club than having, these wank jobs, stealing wages, collecting wages, and doing fuck all. You know what I mean? Like, his priority will be getting us our pride back. And for me, that's the most important. Pride. Right now, I'm not focused on trophy. Just let's get our balls back. Let's get our pride back. Get Tottenham back.
Yeah, no, look, I fully see where you're going with that. But again, look, to be honest with you, I like Bielsa, don't get me wrong. I really, really like Bielsa. But in terms of Tottenham, I honestly think he's just going to walk in the door and 3 days later he's going to walk out the door. Honestly, that's my feeling, because he's just a man. You know what I mean? If he's coming to try and do you a job and you don't have things in place, he's just out the door. He doesn't care. You know what I mean? He looks at it as I'm coming to do you a favour. I'm coming to do you a favour. You know what I mean? So, and plus, and another fact that he doesn't like living in capital cities. He just doesn't like it. And I don't know why. He's a weird character. I love him. I think he's brilliant.
Yeah, no, he's weird. No, I love it. That's what I want. You know what I mean? Like, he has to, like, the thing is about Ryan Mason, right? When when I see him, Ryan Mason, it's just like he's kind of boring. You know what I mean?
He's so dull, yeah. He's got a week, isn't he? Let's be honest.
Yeah, he's so dull.
We've got weeks to chat.
And even then, like, at first with Mourinho, there was this kind of like a flair, but it kind of kept dying out after the boring football, and you're like, you kind of don't care really what he has to say anymore. It's the same shit in the news every day.
Yeah.
But with Bielsa, man, he's kind of like almost like a weird.
Anytime I see Mason speaking, I just picture Levy's hand up his ass doing the puppet.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, no, it's Levy like playing with the little strings. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah, every time you go sip of water, it's Levy, controlling him. It's just like, for me, I like Bielsa also because just like he's just such an interesting character as well, and his philosophy and idea of football. He mainly plays a 4-4. Oh well, no. Hold on a second. Let me get it correctly here.
While you look that up, Andrew Bailey with the super chat. Big yourself up, Andrew. I hope you're keeping well, my man. Also, it's British pounds. Let me know if you're going to the protest. I hope you are, my man. He says Dyer's crap, same as Winks. Future's not looking good, but we have a beer on me, lads. Thank you so much, Andrew. You're an absolute gent, absolute legend. Everybody else, Samba Soldiers, the Harris Army, play your part, get your super chats in. Let us know your thoughts. Also, make sure you do smash a like on the stream and subscribe on the channel. And don't worry, I know not everybody is in a privileged position to do that. Just do the basics, like the likes on the stream and subscribe on the channel. And also, get your comments in. I'm doing my best to get them all up. It's absolutely flying. 184 people watching. Big up, Andrew. You're a legend, my man. But Marcelo, have you got that back?
He's had some weird lineups in the past. I mean, he does have his usual 4-1-4-1 formation where he basically, I mean, listen, he basically just goes out and attack. He is an attacking player football. I mean, we're gonna, like with Bielsa, one thing you're gonna guarantee is we're gonna play some nice football, David. You know what I mean? If he can get relegation side Leeds playing good football, kids from the championship academy. You can definitely get our young boys and the Premier League academy play some nice football. He will get us playing nice football. He likes playing a high pressing game where a lot of the fullbacks, midfielders, everybody kind of just overwhelms the opponent, and his squads are known to be very fit. But he's actually adapted this season.
Yeah, he has to be fair. I was surprised at that.
Since he got Lorente, he's actually gone with different formations, where he's actually gone with a 3-3-1-3 formation, which is a little bit more defensive and it's more counterattacking, because a lot of the Leeds players, since he plays them week in and week out, they, and since some of them pick up injuries, he's had to go a little bit more defensive and more counterattacking. And with that, it's a weird formation, but with that, they're able to, kind of like defend, but also like push a high line without the ball, and often catch teams on the break very, very fast. And it's when he gets attacking, man, that guy, when he gets teams going, it goes, man. I mean, I've seen some brilliant goals, made at Leeds. Like the thing is, like for example, with Mourinho, if you watch a lot of the goals we scored, it wasn't really team goals. It was a lot just Son and Kane, just brilliance, right? Like with Bielsa, I think he could get us playing like a team again. You know what I mean? Playing like a team again. Playing some beautiful passing football. Like, also, like the thing is, I also have a soft spot for him because, as a South American, I gotta always back another South American. And I just love his philosophy and his style of football. It's
Do you
very
think
South.
not being able to speak English is a problem?
Oh, massive! It'll be a massive problem. Like that. That's my main concern.
You'll have the
honestly.
Winks. You have like some Winks and Dyer taking the piss out of him. I hope Bielsa just picks them up and punches them.
Oh no! Trust me. No one takes the piss out of Bielsa. He'll set you straight. He can set anybody straight. Listen, lad. Nobody takes the piss out of Bielsa. And look, for me, Bielsa, he'll be a perfect manager, and I would love to see him at Spurs. He can bring our culture back. He could get us playing, beautiful football again. And the chances of him coming, it's very low. He probably won't come. But this debate is about which managers we would like.
It's about
who we want, not about who's gonna come. So for me, I would love Marcelo Bielsa. Get him there, get us going, play nice football again. I know you hate the word, but get us playing the Hotspur way. I'm sorry. It's just deeply.
You're being taken over to the dark side day by day, Marcelo.
No,
you're coming out with all the hit words from the dark side.
But the thing is, David, you and I, you as a long-term fan, you understand that the big culture in Spurs is us playing nice football. It's been deeply embedded, and the thing is, right? This thing where we can't win playing the Hotspur way, playing attacking football is false. We used to do it in the past, and we came close doing it with Poch. It's just we in the past we had people that care about Spurs. Now we need this board to start giving a shit about Spurs, because it's not the Hotspur way. Our culture is a beautiful culture. Us playing our way of football is a beautiful football. It's why we have so many great fans, and why we have so many loyal fans, and it's why I love this club. It's the way we play football, right? We can win trophies, but it's because this fucking spineless bullshit board that is not willing to bring us to glory. It is not the Hotspur way. Get that out of our mind. We have a beautiful culture. Don't abandon it. After Mourinho, I realized we can never abandon our culture and our identity.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Comment here from Philip Brady, and I agree with this one as well. This is the most important managerial appointment at Spurs since Bill Nick. Get it wrong, and we are also Rans. Get it right, who knows? No, 100%. Look, me and Marcelo have been saying this for quite some time. This is a huge appointment that has to be got right, has to be done right. We also have Matt Hayes in the building, Marcelo, and he says, where is it gone? Give me 1 second. He says 0% that Marcelo Bielsa is coming to Tottenham. He says he loves you, though.
Yeah, no, but and look, he's not gonna come. He's not gonna come to to Tottenham. But I'm just saying it's about who I want, and who I want is Marcelo Bielsa, and I would love a manager like Marcelo Bielsa. In fact, honestly, the two managers I have will not come. And honestly, I think there's better chances of the two managers you want of coming. But let's get to the second managers. I think we made
Yeah.
our point, and I think honestly with Conte, I think he would be a great appointment. But this board would have to change their ways and would actually like for once, right? When they say Max Aarons and they say Emerson and they say these other names, they don't put like a fucking Doherty in there, as like a fifth
Well, it's
choice.
not only with Conte that they'll have to change the ways. It's with any manager that comes in next they have to change the way.
But no, but the thing is, right?
Bielsa's not coming in and they're not changing the way. In fact, if Bielsa comes in, he would probably have to clear out more of these players than what Conte would.
Yeah, but the thing is, in my opinion, with Conte, he will require more quality.
Just quickly, Chris, that's in. Worst haircut competition, that's in. Sorry, Marcelo.
No, absolutely. But with Conte, he would require bigger names, bigger stars, bigger money than Bielsa would. Bielsa has worked with smaller budgets, so he's not gonna say give me a fucking Skriniar, right? Like he's not like Mourinho. Like he wouldn't like ask to spend 80 million on a player. So in my opinion, I think there's a difference to backing a guy like Conte to backing a guy like Bielsa. One will last less than the other.
We have a comment here from Luke Holloway. He says, "Hi guys, love the stream. I'm from Leeds and have a good authority from people who live local to him. His English isn't great, but he can speak English. Big up, lads. Keep up the great work." No, I actually have heard a couple of these players saying he can't speak a bit of English. But it's not the best. It's not the best.
He just hides it, lad. He never. He's like a true magician. He never shows his cards.
Yeah, Michael Cabral. Why is it that Bielsa has never managed a top team? He's chose not to. As bizarre as it is, it's actually true. He's chose not to. He has turned down the big teams.
Yeah, and this guy, Michael Cabral, he's saying the Spurs DNA, playing nice football and winning nothing, the Hotspur way. Actually, look back in our history. We used to play the Hotspur way, and we used to have, when we had people that actually cleared, we actually won a lot of trophies. In fact, we used to be, FA Cup record holders. We used to win a lot playing the Hotspur way. This whole idea that playing the Hotspur way is the reason why we haven't won trophies, get it out of your head. Just do your research, man, before you say stuff like that, because playing the Hotspur way isn't the reason why we're in the situation. It's because of that bald-headed fraud as a chairman and, the other frauds as Enoch. That's why we're in the situation. It's not got nothing to do with playing the Hotspur way. The Hotspur way is our identity, and I'm not going away from it. We shouldn't go away from it because it didn't work out. We tried. It doesn't work out.
We have Alex in the building, Mr. Ben Davies. What's that game? Tutorial or whatever you call it, testimonial. Conte is not coming to Tottenham. Yeah, Alex, it's not about who is coming or who's not coming. It's about me and Marcelo putting our two candidates that we would like to see forward. But let me know who you want, Alex. Let me know who you want. I'm sure there'll be some interesting targets there. 100% there will. Big up, Alex. I hope you're keeping well, my man. Hope you're keeping well. I hope you have that big smile on your face. That smile we all like to see. Cody Max in there. He says, "Look at that. It's Marcelo and that guy that was on Cody Max show. What's his name again?" Look, Cody. I'm the biggest. I'm one of the most. I'm one of the biggest Spurs YouTubers. Believe it or not, the streams that go on now, and there's people in the chats hashtagging Harris Army. I've never been on their channel ever. You know what I mean? That's how the Harris Army is taken over. You know exactly who I am. So does the Harris Army. Harris Army, tell Cody who I am. Tell him I am the goal.
Who are you?
Big up, Cody. It was a great show. Everybody, I encourage you to get over and check it out, guys. I really do. Look, I'm going to put forward my next target. My next target is Brendan Rodgers. Now, he is a manager that I've been humming and hawing a lot about. I want him, I don't want him. But if we can't get Pochettino, for me, he's the next best thing to a philosophy, a style, and an overachiever. I think he's the exact same mold as Pochettino. With Brendan Rodgers, look, he has played. He's playing career. It's not great. It's Newport, Reading. Not great. But he's managed Watford, Reading, Swansea, Liverpool, Celtic, Leicester, and Leicester. He is very innovative. He's willing to adapt his style and formation. He's done it at Leicester. He's done it at Celtic. He although he does over time, he does get transfers in and players out and stuff like that. But when he goes into a club, a lot of times initially he does work with what he has to work with. He has had success with three at the back, and he has also formed some of the great Premiership partnerships. Sturridge and Suarez being one. You now have the Vardy and Iheanacho combination. He does motivate his players. They press high, and they do show. They show that, like, even though they press high and they play on the front foot, and we're not on the front foot, but they do press high and try to turn the ball over. For some reason, they do actually have a good defensive unit.
Yeah,
they do. Yeah. To be fair, and he produces. He gives every team I think he's been at. Even I remember back at his days managing Swansea. He's always given that team the best possible start to go on and build on and have the foundation for success. Now, don't get me wrong. I am aware his teams do kind of die out a little come the end of the season. But with him, if he could just tweak that a bit like Bielsa this season, it'd be more than a great manager Brendan Rodgers would.
I think he's pretty much confirmed already to get top. Well, he hasn't confirmed to get top four, but I mean, I think one more win and he gets it. So you know, to do that with Leicester and 3 years or 3 seasons already with them, it is pretty impressive. He should have done it in 2 seasons, though. To be fair, he bottled it big time in that second season, and in my opinion, that's what kind of scares me about Rodgers. It's just that, like,
but you look at the players he has in that team. A lot of them are youngsters. They're a bit naive, and come the end of the season, that probably comes to a bit. But with Tottenham, he's not going to have so many youngsters to work with.
Yeah, but the thing is, in my opinion,
and most importantly, he's finishing way above Bielsa.
Oh, come on now. You can't compare this.
Way above Bielsa.
You can't compare this Leeds squad with Leicester, for fuck's sake.
So then that surely shows Rodgers is better than Bielsa.
Listen, Leicester has a way better squad, and squad that has Premier League experience. Bielsa had a championship squad. This squad was all championship players. No, you're trying to wind me up.
But they gave the job to Rodgers because he's better than Bielsa.
No, they didn't. You're trying to wind me up.
Quiet. No, if Bielsa loves youngsters, right, which he does. Now, why didn't they give him the Leicester job? Why did he give it to Brendan? In fact, they went and searched Brendan out.
That's because Bielsa probably did not want the job. Nope. Listen. And people stop calling me a Leeds fan. I don't give a fuck about Leeds. I only care about Marcelo Bielsa. I am a Marcelo Bielsa fan. I am a Marcelo Bielsa fan. I will admit that. But the thing is,
I think there's a lot of Marcelo Bielsa fans, to be honest with you.
But the thing is, right, with Rodgers, right, in my opinion, it's just that, Leicester are a really well-run club. Like, the thing about Leeds is they were not a well-run club. Like, what was it, 10 years that they were in the championship, right? And he got them out in 2. You know what I mean? That's impressive, lad. You know what I mean? He went in and really brought structure. Now Leicester, they're a really well-run club. They're from their scouting, from their board, from like everything. And like for me, Brendan, if he came in, he would not be able to do the job. He would not get us going. I just don't see it in him. You know what I mean? I just don't see it in his character. I don't know why. Honestly, I do think he's a good manager, but I don't know, something I see in him, man. I just don't see this guy taking us to, back to the top or get us going again. But for me, the only man that can do it, right, And as much as I love Marcelo Bielsa, this is the only guy I really care about coming back to Spurs.
Oh wait, I'm not finished. I'm not finished with Brendan
Okay,
Rodgers.
go ahead. Go ahead. Finish up with Brendan Rodgers, and I'll tell
So
you who I
Rodgers,
want.
when he was at Watford, he was 218 days in charge, 13 wins, 6 draws, 12 losses, 1.45 5 points per game. Then he went on to Reading, 168 days in charge, July 2009 to December 2009, 6 wins, 6 draws, and one loss, which is another 1.45 points per game. Then he went to Swansea. So there was 730 days in charge, and this is where he really made his name. In July, he was there from July 2010 to June 2012. 43 wins, 20 draws, and only 33 losses. 1.55 points per game, and that's huge for a team like Swansea in the Premier League. Yeah. That's huge. Yeah. Because with Swansea, they don't have the best resources, never have done. They have nowhere near the amount of money to compete with some of the other clubs in the Premier League. And to have them playing the football they did, was an unbelievable achievement.
Honestly, it was the last time
he done
it was the last time I remember Swansea ever playing good football. To be honest, it was the last time. No, don't get me wrong. Brendan Rodgers has a lot of credentials that, for me, I could see him, maybe coming in and bringing us back, and, giving us some identity. I do like his football. I think his football is nice to watch. I think he can adapt very well. He's very flexible, and he's a good manager. But for me, I don't know, lad. I just don't see for some, like, like what it is, right? And you're gonna
look at the job he's done at Liverpool, though, man.
No.
He built the foundations there for success.
I don't know about that. I think he could have done more in Liverpool, in my opinion.
I think all about that, lad. He completely changed the culture.
I think he could have done more with Liverpool, but in my opinion, right, with Brendan Rodgers, is that for some reason I just don't see it in him to be in our next Tottenham manager. He just doesn't look like a guy. I don't know. Like, for some reason, like, there's some certain managers, in my opinion, that just fit Tottenham and would fit the culture and fit the fan base and fit like our playing style and everything. And I don't see Brendan Rodgers doing that. I can't explain it to you. It's pure bias.
Well, he's very similar to Pochettino, though. Very, very similar.
Yes, but in my opinion, and now I'm going to say the manager I want. In my opinion, I would rather have Mauricio Pochettino back.
I think
he's magic, Mauricio Pochettino. Come on now. Like, for me, he is the only guy to get this club back going again. He is the only guy. Mauricio Pochettino is like my second dad. All right? Like, Mauricio Pochettino, he should have never, like, for me, we should have never sacked him. Looking back, we should have never sacked him. We should have stood beside him. Honestly, if we bring him back now and we're 12 in the league, I would stick by him. Honestly, I would stick by him.
Do you think he's the man to deliver trophies, though?
Yes, I think so. I think he was, David.
He's managing the best players in the world. That's some of the best players in the world. PSG.
Yes,
he's bottled the one-horse league, and he got knocked out of the Champions League.
But the thing is, okay, he reached the Champions League semifinal. He got knocked out by a very good team in City. All right, to be fair to him. But the thing is, right, with PSG is
he's better players than City, and he played defensive football.
No, but with PSG is, right. Listen up. Next season, I guarantee you, he's going to win the league with them. He's going to win the league with them. The thing is with PSG,
he should win the league every season.
No. But the thing is, PSG was not going to win the league this season. There's too many players, because it's like the same thing that's happening with Juventus. Why is Juventus not winning the league this season? It's not because of the manager, David. It's because they have too many old players, and they haven't gotten enough new players, new fresh blood to win the league. Pochettino inherited a PSG squad that, okay, yes, they have a great front three: Neymar, Mbappe, and Di Maria. But guess what? We also have the two best duos in the Premier League and in Europe. If you look at it statistically, we have the two best duo in Heung-min Son and Harry Kane, right? And they can't, win trophies with us, right? So, like, just because he has a good front three doesn't make.
He has Paredes in midfield, brilliant player. Verratti, brilliant player.
they haven't been up to it this season, lad. I'm telling you, like
Brilliant players.
they're good players. But technically, Vertonghen was a brilliant player. A lot of these other players were brilliant players. But listen, you should know it better than anyone. There comes a time where players, they get used up and they have to go. You know what I mean? Their time at the club is ending. And right now, Pochettino got PSG at a transitioning period, let's say. Next season, if he gets backed, I'm telling you, he
Did they
wins
not
the
win the
league.
French league last year?
They won it by a hair. They won it by I think they won it by a hair if I'm not well no
Then
no
they're
no
not
they,
really in transition if they're champions, are they?
no well okay
They win
last
it every
season
year.
well hold on
They
a
buy it
second
every year.
no well hold on a second
Right. Well,
Mourinho
one second.
hold on a second Mourinho won the season with Chelsea, and then the next season, right, the next season they finished like 10th or something, right? And a lot of people, called it a transition period because they needed to get new players. And I'm telling you, next season Chelsea's probably going to win the Premier League. I think Chelsea has been
Right.
in the transition play. The
Well, I have
transition.
two super chats, and I have a question I want to ask you. I
All
want an
right,
honest answer. An honest answer. Right?
ask me.
And it's only after popping into my head. So Andrew Bailey, he says, I don't think it matters who gets the job. It's the board who need to change their ways. No, look, 100% I agree with you, Andrew. The board needs to change their ways. We all know that. But one thing I do want to say is, what Spurs fans should actually care about what manager comes in, because look, I want ENIC out. Let me be clear, but there's a chance that they might not sell the club. Now, if they don't sell the club, are we going to sit there and say, oh, we don't care who the manager is, and just start getting in like like Fulham pulling managers out of Serbian leagues and stuff like that? You're going to sit there and accept that? Because if that happens, I don't want people coming in and saying, oh, well, I don't care. I care now all of a sudden. You don't care because of the board. And I'm not having a go at you, Andrew. I'm just saying I've seen a lot of this being banded around. We should still care who comes in and puts in charge. Because if ENIC don't sell up, they're going to have to come in and work within the restraints. And surely you still want your club to be the best they possibly can within them restraints and have the right man in place to deliver it. But big up Andrew for the super chat, and then AG as well. And Andrew, by the way, I wasn't having a go at you. Like I said, I've seen a lot of that being banded around. People, I don't care. Back to the board. We still have to care. We all know the board is a huge problem, but we still have to care about all these other things. AG says, get Levy out of the footballing decisions. That is what we should fight for. Man United fans would die for owners like ours. Get Levy out of the football. Yeah, 100%. Get him out of that. Look, AG, I agree. Business side of football, he's brilliant. He's fantastic. But he should not be he shouldn't be involved in football operations, transfers, this, that, and the other. Get away from it. He's not a football man. I bet you if you put a pair of boots on him, he couldn't even pass a football. I bet you. In fact, I guarantee you, he's not a football man whatsoever. So stay out of the footballing decisions.
David, you know what he said? Remember in the documentary when he went up to, Mourinho, and then after the City game, and he's like, Winks, what a player. So much pace. And Mourinho just looks at him, and he's like, in his head, you can tell, this Winker has no idea how to play football. Like, he has no idea about football. I am dealing with a moron. And you can just see Mourinho be like, yeah, he does. And then he goes back eating. Like, he just doesn't, like, this guy needs to get out. But
my question for you.
Yep.
Right. So, you're saying PSG in a rebuild.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, no, they're in a transition. No, they're not
in a rebuild under Jose Mourinho. Okay.
They were not. They were not.
Still wanted him, you wanted him sacked, and he had to go because he wasn't good enough, right? He wasn't doing the job. Fair enough. Now the same could be said for Pochettino. Why is it one for one and one for another?
Oh, just because I love Pochettino. I don't give a fuck about it.
No, that's honest. I'll take that. That's honest. I like that.
I don't give a fuck about Jose Mourinho, bro.
No, look, I'm the same. I'll be honest with you. I'm the same. When it's someone I like, I'm biased towards them anyway.
Let me ask you this: Would you put a random person on the show, or someone you don't care about, or would you rather put me? You know what I mean?
Yeah, you obviously.
Yeah, like I don't give a fuck about Jose Mourinho. He plays shit football, man. You know what I mean? All he did was talk about his trophies. I don't care about that. I didn't want Jose Mourinho. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just backed him because I'm Tottenham in at the end of the day, man. You know what I mean? Like I
know that.
Like I'm Tottenham in. So.
And by the way, anyone questioning it, get over and check out Marcelo Spurs story.
Yeah, like I'm Tottenham in, and like regardless who the managers is, like regardless of whether it's Rodgers, Conte, or anyone, for fuck's sakes, even if it's Eddie Howe, you know what I mean? Like,
No, that was a joke. That was never intended to be serious, ever. But it's worse. We got Ryan Mason. Marcelo, we have to give Sean O'Neill his shout out. Big up, Shawnee. Absolute legend. A massive member of the Harris Army. I like what you said in the chat yesterday about the Harris Army. If you're not on board, you're going to be left behind. Big yourself up, Shawnee. But look, back to Pochettino.
But the thing is, also, Pochettino, he still can win the French league. It's not over yet. If what is it?
But Matt Hayes is watching. Matt, you give us the lowdown. He's loving this French race in the league.
No. But the thing is, if Lille does actually win the league, or if Lille does lose the game and PSG wins, they will be in the top of the league. They will be tied up and they'll win by goal difference. So Lille is still not out of it, and it's still a close race. But now I'll say this: Lille is a great team. That is a great squad. Honestly, we should be all over.
Great squad, a great manager.
I say a bit of both. I think it's almost like a Leicester type story where the right players came at the right time, and the right manager came. It's just good timing. You know what I mean? Yeah. And also PSG. I wouldn't say they're in a rebuild phase. They're in a transition phase where they need to get some players out. They need to fix some that because there's something wrong at PSG right now. You know what I mean?
I've always said this. I actually think what's wrong at PSG is the culture. Look, I've actually heard multiple things. Look, as everyone knows, when I'm not doing my YouTube, all I'm doing is sitting there listening to football shows. And I've actually heard a lot of people come out about this PSG. And look, they're too busy partying. That's the problem. A lot of them smoke at the club. A lot of them smoke. And they're doing it with the owners of the club as well and stuff like that. So it's a major problem at PSG. It's the culture. And it's probably set in because these players know they're too good. Let's be honest. They know they're too good for the French league. They're ripping it up. They destroy it year in, year out. And, they can probably afford to party, but they're not at their best. And that's the thing. And I believe that Pochettino was probably brought in to change that culture. Get in the training methods that he had at Tottenham. If you don't meet the stats during the week, you don't even make the bench at Tottenham. Obviously you're going to have your exception. I think Dele Alli is an exception at Tottenham. He's going to have Neymar as an exception at PSG, of course. But apart from that, I do believe that's what Pochettino was brought in to do. Just quickly, I do have a super chat.
And the thing is, David, you got to understand that takes time because it's like you said, David. You know what I mean? Like, you can name Verratti, you can name Neymar, you can name Mbappe, you can name all these fantastic, amazing, brilliant players. But if you don't want it, right? If you don't want it and you don't care, it doesn't matter. It really does not matter. It's what we say about Ndombele. It's like we never deny his ability. He's a great footballer. He's got a lot of skill. He's a baller. But his desire is not in there. And if you don't have the desire, look at Roy, look at Roy Keane, right? Roy Keane even says it himself. I wasn't the best footballer, but I became the best because I wanted to be the best. You know what I mean? I am a winner because I have a winner's mentality. Having that mentality, having that work rate and having that mentality is almost just as important as having the ability. Like almost every athlete say, it's 90% mental and 10% physical. And that applies in football. You've got to have it here. And for me, I think the PSG squad is like you said. I think you said it perfectly. They don't have it here. I think the Lille players are way hungrier. Like that League One.
They're hungry.
That League One matters way more than it does to those PSG players. Because those PSG players win it season after season. And the same thing is happening at Juventus. Those players are so used. They won 10 Serie A's in a row. You know what I mean? They don't care about the Serie A no more. Once you win, imagine winning things in a row all the time. You don't care. Even Sir Alex Ferguson said, as great as my squads were, I had to refreshen it. Because you need to keep the players hungry, motivated. Keep going.
I have a couple of super chats in Marcelo. I may get to them. First of all, this comment here from Rob Coyne. Davey, you do know that Joe Lewis is Levy's godfather. No, I didn't. And if that's true, that's even more of a reason to get these parasites out of our club. But big up, Rob. AG says, Controversial, but I pay 5k for my season ticket. Executive member. I do not want Enoch out. I want Enoch and Levy out. I want Levy out. I have nothing against Joe Lewis. AG, my man, I have Twitter over at the Irish Y. I'd love to have a conversation with you, or if you want, I'd love to get you on for you to give your version at some stage. But look, let me know. Let me know why you don't want Enoch out, but you want Levy out. That'd be very interesting. I'd be very interested to hear that. But let me know, man. A fair play to you for being a season ticket holder, man. Absolute legend. Absolute legend.
Yep.
And to be honest with you, you're so lucky. You make me jealous, man. You know, you get to go to most games, especially when the crowds are allowed back in. You get to go to all the home games, man. I only get over there once or twice, you know. And and it's all about depending on whether I can get the tickets or not. You're so lucky, my man. You're so lucky. But big up the AG. And then we have one more to get to here, Marcelo. And it's from Andrew Bailey. He says, last super chat. I think that Verratti is a great player wasting that league. Good night. Love you. Come on, you Spurs. Good night, Andrew. Hope you have a good night, man. Absolute legend. Thank you so much for the super chats, man. You really don't know how much they mean to me and for the channel. You're so kind with your generosity, my man. And I really do appreciate it, Andrew. And have a good night. And I fully agree. Verratti is a great player. He is a baller. And probably, like, you know, if he was coming to the Premier League, you'd be able to see his talents week in, week out a lot more. Just with the French league, you know, it's too easy for the guy. Big up, Andrew. Really do appreciate it, my man.
But in my opinion, right, I just feel like Pochettino, I would take Pochettino over Rodgers. Just simply because, I love the guy more. I have an attachment to him. And two, I think he understands Tottenham better than anybody. And he can work with this dysfunctional system. Just give him time. The thing is, we didn't give him time. And you know what? He earned that time. Because Pochettino, the shit that he had to deal with over the years and how he overachieved over the years was not, he wasn't given enough credit, in my opinion. And for me, I think as a fan base, I think most of us were in agreement, except for me. I thought his time at the club was out. But I think, you and a lot of other people were in agreement that he needed more time. Just let him, accept that we were going to have a bad season. Let him rebuild. Let him grow again. And, let him do his thing. Because, listen, man, it takes time to be a great manager. Like, this is something that people don't understand. Sir Alex Ferguson went 5 years without winning, squat at Man United. I think people forget that. He went a long time without winning. People seem to forget. Like, look, I understand. Like with Mourinho, for me, I don't think he was doing he wasn't going to make anything better. I think he was going to make a lot of things worse. And you know what? Listening to his comments that he was telling Harry Kane to get out, Sonny to get out, a lot of players kind of having them turn against the club. I'm glad that fucker is gone. I'm glad that Parasite is gone because he was part of the problem. I don't think Poch would do that. I don't think he'd do that to the club. I think he's a man more of integrity and respect. And for me, Pochettino all day, simply because I love the guy. Love the guy.
No, look, through. This is another thing I want to put straight. But first of all, I'll address this super chat because I'll address super chat first. AG says, "Mate, I can't come on due to my job. Privately, sure." Look, you can hit me up at the Irish Y on Twitter if you have Twitter AG. If not, my email address is in the description below. If you want to click on the link and send me an email, it's at Theirishyid at gmail.com. I'd love to have a conversation with you, man. I really would. I like to gauge all aspects, and I'd love to see where you're coming from. And also, you don't have to put it in a super chat either, my man. I really do appreciate it. But let me know how you came across my channel, AG. I'd love to know. But big yourself up, man. I can't wait to have a conversation with you and listen to what you have to say, my man. You're an absolute legend. Thank you so much for the super chat. And Rob Coyne is back on the Daniel Levy situation. He says, David, look it up, and I'd love to know if our fans were aware of it. How you think he got the job at Spurs? Yeah, no, it's now it seems like it's one job for the boys, 100%. I want to make one thing clear. Let me clear this up. I have had my criticisms of Pochettino, and I think rightly so. I've had, again, some of his in-game management, but like, stuff like that. Look, I love Pochettino. I want to make this clear to everybody. I love Pochettino. I adore the guy. I couldn't admire more what he done at Tottenham. I couldn't admire it more. He's given me the opportunity to watch the Champions League final with my old lad. Even though we didn't win it, he got me there. He gave me that opportunity. An opportunity I'll probably never, ever, ever get again in my lifetime. Being able to watch the Champions League final with my old lad. I'm forever indebted in it. I'm forever indebted to him because growing up, I used to take so much shit off Chelsea, Liverpool, United, and then Gunner arseholes. So much stick because I was a Spurs fan and we were shit. We were just poor enough. Took so much. And Pochettino took all that away. He made me the big boy. He made me being able to go out there and give it to them with both barrels, and they had to sit there and couldn't say a thing. That man is a legend. Coming back to Tottenham for a second time, it's a huge gamble for him. It's a huge gamble.
You can't tell me it wouldn't. Seeing him back, I think, honestly, I don't even think he wants to be at Paris. I think his mind is at Tottenham. I really do. I think, he even said it while he was, about getting the job. He even said it. He has unfinished business with us. Honestly, I think his mind is still at Tottenham. And I think if he is sacked and the opportunity is given, he would take it, David. I think he would take it. And he would take the gamble because he just loves us that much. He does.
Yeah.
Like, his love is honestly like, when Mourinho said when he first came in and to the club and he said, I promise you passion. Remember that in his first interview? He said, I promise passion. That's what Pochettino promised. Gave.
I've actually just had a brainwave now. Do you know what? I've actually just had a realization. I'll just take Will Stewart super chat and I'm going to give it to you. And I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, Marcelo. Will Stewart, THFC rants. He says he's a Williams Ranger. A big up, AG, if you're a Williams Ranger. And big up, Will. Thanks for sending him onto the channel, my man. Tim Man 007 in as well. He says Levy's son is married to David Dean's daughter. Let that sink in for a minute. Oh, my God. It just gets worse, all these family connections. But look, Marcelo, honestly, with what's going on right now, if Pochettino got sacked from Real Madrid or from PSG, I actually think Levy would see that as a perfect opportunity to bring him back, shut the fans up. Because I think if Poch comes back, and let me be real here, it'd be a masterstroke by Levy, purely because fans, I honestly genuinely believe fans will just drop the whole Enoch Ball thing and forget completely about the whole situation. Yeah. And it's a win-win situation for Levy and Enoch, I think. What do you think?
I think it would. I think it would, but we would also have a manager that understands the board better than anybody. Because the thing is, with Mourinho, he thought he could come in here and win us, some few cups, right? And maybe win us a Premier League, right? But he underestimated this board. A lot of managers, listen, other than a few managers like, Martin Yole, Redknapp, like Pochettino, very few, you look at managers, when they come at Tottenham, they get shell-shocked, David. Like, honestly, you see them in an interview and they realize what they, with the resources they have to work with. They become almost like statues. They don't know what to do.
You said something else there.
What do you mean?
When you said resources.
Yeah, resources. You know what I mean? The resources yeah. No. Like with the resources they have to work with, you know what I mean? Like they become like statues, David. I mean, you look at you look at Mourinho, one of the best managers. He looked like he was lost. He didn't know how to fix Tottenham. He was lost. Yeah. You ask him why we lost the game, why you know what I mean? Like sometimes when we won games, he was almost like surprised. You know what I mean? Like
he was checked out. He was checked out because he was overawed with all the idiots he has at his disposal.
Yeah, and he was also over with the board. There's very few managers that can deal with this crap. There's very few, David. And for me, Pochettino, with the experience he already has with this board, and he knows what hurdles he has to go through, And
But with Pochettino the second time round, Marcelo, do you not think, like, now that he's got the PSG job and that and stuff, like, do you not think that probably he'll come back with a bit more of an ego? Because when he came to Tottenham, right, he was picked up from Southampton. You know, look, first of all, he earned the job at Tottenham. He done a great job at Southampton. Let me make that clear, right?
Yeah.
But he was in a position where he wasn't one of the top managers in the world. So he was kind of like, you know, he kind of said he probably didn't say what he meant. But when he got to the Champions League final and, you know, he was coming out and saying things because obviously he felt he was after improving himself. He was up a level. He was bigger than what he came in at the start. And that's when he started saying things. Do you think he would come back a second time? Because it's not going to be the same when he came in the first time where he's going to shut his mouth and just accept it.
I think first off, I think he is going to be a little bit more demanding. He was, but towards the end of the season, he was like, "Look, I brought you to a Champions League final. You guys need to back me with this rebuild, right?" But
rightly so.
Yeah, right. But like that's the other thing. Like Pochettino is a man of honor, dignity, and like respect. And of course he's going to demand players because what he's done. He's going to say, "I've done this at the club. Can you please help me out?" You know what I mean? So I don't think there's going to be an ego issue. I don't see Pochettino.
No, not an ego issue. Don't get me wrong. I'm not putting it as an ego issue. See, this is the problem. I'm not that intelligent, so I don't know how to convey my point.
No, I get what you're saying.
What I mean is that he's not going to work under the same conditions and say nothing because he's not that manager anymore. He's not that manager he once was when he came in and was trying to build his name. He's built his name. So will he come in and have that same kind of thing where I'm going to sit by, even though I think it's wrong, I'm just going to sit by, or will he actually speak out more now?
I think
that will work the second time round.
See, the thing is, I don't think he's gonna speak out when he first comes back. He's gonna try to work with what he has, like he did when he first came in. And I think he's gonna realize that this is gonna be a building process. And I think if he comes back, he will try to build first. I think once he's get the squad that he wants, right, and once he starts getting building and cooking and get us going again, then of course I think he's gonna start demanding stuff from the board, which he did. You know what I mean? But then again, you know what I mean? You don't want the thing is Pochettino was the perfect balance. He demanded for the board, but he was also respectful and dignity. And he was able to work with what he had, right?
Yeah.
There was a good balance. You don't want a Mourinho where he's just like, nope, I want this player or else I'm done, right? But you also don't want a Ryan Mason where it's just like, you don't want
honestly,
a Ryan Mason.
I'd rather give childbirth.
No, but
I'm not messing. I'm serious.
But you understand what I'm saying. You want a perfect balance of the two, and I think Pochettino and even somewhat Brendan Rodgers, because Brendan Rodgers is also a very respectful man. He's got a lot of dignity, and I do like him as a manager. Like honestly, the more you say about him, the more I find him appealing.
I have another story to impress you. Actually, I have another story to impress you. So at Chelsea, it was after Jose Mourinho left, and can't remember who came in. It was some clown anyway. Some clown came in, and John Terry was very down. He wasn't the same player he was the way he's performing under Jose. And Brendan Rodgers could see that, right? But he said nothing to John Terry. What he went and done is they got a montage, a video together, and showed him everything he was good at and why he made his name. The defender he was, the montage of him, he's clearing the headers, using his left and right foot, his positioning, his tackling. Showed him that. And all of a sudden, John Terry was a new man. Everything was lifted off his shoulder. Brendan Rodgers has that sort of aspect to him, like a Pochettino.
Yeah.
Pochettino is very good at that, identifying things and being able to sort it out.
Yeah, he doesn't solve issues like a Mourinho or a Conte, where it's just like, you're shit, play for me. I am the best. You know what I mean? Like that's it. Like a Mourinho is like.
Do you know what winds me up, right? Do you know what winds me up, right? I get this argument. It's not the same. It's not the same as the older days, right? But if we play Sunday League, right? I play Sunday League, and I have to put up with a manager that does that, right? He never says it to me because I'm quality. But you hear managers week in, week out on Sunday League telling players, look, you're not good enough, you have to do it. And they're playing for free, and they come back training next week, and they put their heart and soul in, and they're improving, they're doing what the manager asks them to improve on, this, that, and the other. Why do these $100,000 a week babies, need to be pedicured and manicured and, get massages and, get a daddy figure and, Bullshit. Before I let you come in on that, I just read this super chat out from AG, and we have a comment from Wayne Bonner. He says, my family are all Spurs fans since the 60s. I have a box there. We know many people at the club. I will explain when I see you. Levy out, not Joe Lewis. Big up, AG. And I actually can't stress enough. I can't wait to have that conversation with you, my man. I really can't. So big yourself up, man. And then chat here from Wayne Bonner. He says, agreed. Levy would only use Poch as a form of bribery to the fans, but Poch would still be stuck with a lot of the same shit that got him sacked. And Saud Ali money for transfer.
I don't care. I'll wait. I'll wait until. Listen, if I have to wait until Ben Davies, retires, I'll wait. You know what I mean? I'll wait. I'll stick by Pochettino. Honestly, I do not care. I just want Pochettino back in the club. I just love the guy. And
Tim Man says he wouldn't want him back on the current board.
We're not gonna get any. The thing is, we're not gonna get new ownership anytime soon, man. You know what I mean? And in my opinion, right? What you said about the whole Sunday League thing. Let me tell you why. With Sunday League football, is they take it, and you know what I mean. Like they don't cry and stuff. It's because they care, David. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The guys that play Sunday League football, that plays for their team, they don't play it because of the money. They play it because they care. You know what I mean? Like, I go to this show. I go because I care about Spurs and I care, about your channel and everything.
Yeah.
I don't do this for money or anything. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're just two passionate fans. You know what I mean? Like, just talking. We care.
Honestly, I just want to say something. If people want to know how passionate Marcelo is, right? I've often got texts and all at 5 o'clock in the morning off this guy saying I cannot sleep. You and
I both.
It's madness. It's madness, and you're a true Yid. And I did actually want to take this opportunity today, to genuinely and deeply thank you from the bottom of my heart for everything you have done, for me and my channel. Honestly, it doesn't go unnoticed, man, and I really, really do appreciate it. You've been so good to me, man, and honestly, I will always be indebted to you.
Man, you can just get me a pint. That's what I always say. When we go to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, you get me a pint, we drink it together, and we have a grand old time.
Well, I actually have a scarf and a pendant I need to get sent over to you.
Yeah. No, and I appreciate that, man. I thank you so much. But, honestly, listen, you don't have to thank me. I love being in this channel. You gave me a panel where, I can, say my voice. Like, let's be real here. The whole I'm telling you, bro, like a lot of this stuff, it comes through your channel, David. You allowed me to have a voice. People reach out to me, you know what I mean, and say like, I saw you on the David Harris show, you know what I mean? I agree with you in this. Like, that's all I cared about when I first, started doing this, because especially when you when I remember seeing, you and We Are Tottenham TV, and I'm like, yes, this guy gets it. This finally, this guy fucking gets it.
I felt the same. It's like finally.
This guy gets it, right? Like, finally. And then when you texted me, like, do you want to come on my show? I was like, yes. You know what I mean? Like, and it was crazy because, we started out with like 12 viewers, and now, we're up to 150 to 200. Per live stream. It's crazy, man. It's crazy how how far we've gone. And I remember back in the old days, it's just Celery Agent, Shamu, Mr. K, just
Simon
it's
Cohen.
awesome.
That guy's another legend.
Another legend. You know what I mean? But it's just
Wayne
awesome.
Bonner.
Yeah. Honestly, listen. When I came on, honestly, it was just literally just to speak about football with you, because it was just like, finally, I don't have to argue with someone about why Ben Davies is shit. Like, just finally.
Yeah. We like Star Trek nerds. We just see each other and we're like, yes.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just, I don't know, man. It was just, and honestly, this thing here for me is a lot of therapy, because in my opinion, like, a lot of times when we lose and we get it down, I mean, it's just like painful. I love nothing better than being on this show and talking to you. Honestly, that's why I text you, and we text each other when we lose. It's just, what I mean? Honestly, it's just, I'd rather have no other fan to talk to after a loss or a win than you, David.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you
no,
do
I
not.
understand. Do you know what?
You
Especially, do you know what? When we win, I can't wait to speak to you, man, because the two of us, we just go off on one and we love it. But even equally, when we lose as well, I'm like, I need to get Marcelo on because we just speak the truth. There's no sugarcoating it. There's no nicey pie about it. You know what I mean? It's just, look, it is what it is, and that's it. They're shit.
yeah.
It was a shit performance. Let's call a spade a spade. You
Yeah.
can't polish a third and think it's a pot of gold. It's still
Yeah.
going to be a third. We have another super chat from AG. He says, Marcelo, we all want Poch back. Enoch out is deluded. Not happening. But Levy out could happen. No,
Yeah. True.
that is achievable. That is achievable. But the only thing is, he's a part of the board, isn't he? AG, I think. I think he's a
Yeah.
part. He's a part of the
Well,
board,
he owns
so
thirty
he's
percent of
still
the
going to
club.
be involved.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, AG. You know more than I do. Correct me if I'm wrong. But that's just what I think. That if he still has a stake in the board, he's still going to have a say somehow. But I do get what you're saying. We can get him out of the position he's in right now, the chairman, and then get someone else in. But does that mean we'll be able to operate under different terms? If you think so, AG, I'd love to know, my man. I'd love to know.
Yeah. No. Yeah. For me, I think Levy is not going to go anywhere. He owns 30% of the club. That's a ridiculous statement. That is a
No, Marcelo,
ridiculous.
I'll tell you what it is, right? There's been chats coming in all along of people saying they want me to host a debate where I'm neutral and you just debate Alex. I come up with the talking points and the questions, a bit like what Jack does on my Wednesday night shows. And I stay out of it. I ask the questions and I let you answer it. There's been so many calls for that lately, right? So many.
David,
Look, Alex.
I'm
Yeah.
free this listen. I am gonna have a 4-day weekend, right? I am free this Sunday. Alex, if you don't work Sunday, right? Listen, I have a course on Saturday, but after I'm finished with that, we can arrange something, buddy. Listen, Saturday, Sunday, anytime, baby. Just send it. I have
Alex,
no problem debating with Alex.
if you're watching, you know what to do. Hit me up on Facebook, man, like you always do, and we'll get it going. It'd be absolutely firecracker, a firecracker. Rob Klein says, Marcelo, actually, first of all, Kieran's been putting in a chat, and I want to answer it. It's about Roberto Martinez. Look, for me, do you know what? It's better than Scotty Parker. It's better than Rodgers. I actually do think Martinez tries to play it the right way. He tries to play football. He's pro football. And you know what? He could work. But again, no matter what manager comes in, he's going to need to be able to clear out players and bring in players to be able to fit that philosophy and fit that style. Because I am sick to the teeth and blue in the face of saying this. People that expected Jose to be sacked and for us to all of a sudden play this attacking football, I told you. Was never going to happen, and I've been proven right. And the reason why I've always maintained it is we do not have the players to be able to keep possession of the ball. And when you give away possession of the ball, it just you end up falling deeper and deeper. You end up chasing the ball a lot more. You end up tiring a lot quicker. But you know what I mean, which means you can't do the things you want to do, and that's why we're seeing the results we're seeing at the minute. But Rob Coyne Marcelo says, Marcelo, where in the US are you? I'm a Paddy in Boston. Would love to meet you for a pint in the Tottenham pre-season. Let's get Davey over here and we'll all get wrecked.
Oh, the thing is, I actually do go occasionally, not all the time. I do occasionally go, especially for the big games. I do go to the Boston Spurs bar. It's just, listen, like during the games, I'm quite loud, but I'm more like I kind of just go there, and then once the game is over, I drive back home because it is quite a drive for me. But look, if you want to meet me there, I'm not currently going because I work in a hospital, and personally, I don't go out as much and meet new people. I kind of stay in the bubble with my friends right now because of the pandemic, and they're all vaccinated, so I hang out with them. Boston right now is a little bit of not in a good place right now with the whole pandemic, so I'm not gonna really go there. I don't just for safety precautions. So I haven't been going to the Spurs bar in Boston as much. But definitely once in August, I think that's going to be when things start opening up again and things start going back to normal. Once that goes, 100%. If you want to meet me at a Spurs bar, you can. I'll be there in a couple of games. I'm sure you can meet me.
No.
Yeah,
There you are, Robbie.
we have a pint together.
Yeah, why not? Two Spurs fans, two members of the Harris Army as well. Why not? Why not? This is the great thing about the Harris Army. It brings people together. Look, guys, for the last 10 minutes of the show, get your questions in. It doesn't have to be super chats. Just get your questions in, put them to me and Marcelo, and we'll start answering them. Wayne Bonner here says, no way, Martinez, send him to Arsenal. Keep him away from our beloved club. Yeah, fair point, Wayne. Where are you at? I'm in Plymouth. Rob Payne is in Plymouth.
I'm around the Boston area. You can meet me in Boston. I think it is what is it? Clary's Bar. I think we changed bars now. Since I haven't been in a long time, I think we changed bars. I have to check the Facebook group for Boston. Actually, follow the Boston Spurs group.
No.
Spurs bar, and they'll tell you, because I think we changed bars, but it used to be Clary's, and now it's I think it's changed. I have to check the new one.
Yeah. No, there you are, my man. Super chat from AG. He says Joe could take him out of. This is regarding to what I was saying about Levy still being a member of the board, and can he not still? So AG says Joe could take him out of footballing decisions. Levy is management. People saying Levy is an owner are deluded. Joe gave him the shares. No, yeah. That's a fair point. Look, that is a fair point, AG. That he could take him out of football decisions. He gave Levy's the share. So basically what I take from that is he can just tell Daniel Levy to go and do one, AG, and then that's the end of Levy. Yeah. That's what I take from that. So big up AG, my man. So big yourself up, and again, man, honestly, I really do appreciate the super chats, man. You have no idea how much it means. It's just, look, it really does help, like I keep saying, with me being able to get the likes of the better equipment in, the basics, because I do all this off my phone. It's the basics, getting in a computer, a laptop, camera, all that sort of thing. So I can start producing the more quality content that I want to produce. The Spurs breakfast coming next season. It's going to be epic. You do not want to miss it. It's going to be epic. Big up AG for the super chat. I really do appreciate it. We have Aglia Kakarata. She's going nuts for the Harris Army. Tom Harris, I don't even know if you're related to him, my man. But big yourself up. I love the last name. Let me know where you're from. Let me know if I've any long lost relatives. Look, you could even be my brother. My father could have, you never know what my father could have done back in the day. Who knows, Tom? Who knows? But let me know where you're from, my man. Let me know.
Oh, man.
Carlos Diablo wants us to do each other's accents, Marcelo.
I don't think I could do your accent. Your accent's tough.
Yeah. I don't think I can replicate Marcelo's accent, but I will give it a go. It's like, I'm telling you, bro. But no, it's not good. I'm better at the English accent. I'm better at the English accent and stuff like that.
Actually, wasn't that bad. I don't think I could do yours.
Oh, mine's too heavy. Mine's too thick, lad.
Yeah. No, yeah. Hi, lad. It's, the Irish Hosper.
Sounded English there, lad. No, big up. Kieran McDonald says, somebody please cut a clip of David's cricket rant. That killed me. Yeah, that'd be nice if someone wants to do it. Will Stewart THSC rants, I'd like to challenge Marcelo to the rights to debate Alex. Okay, that's fair. I'm sure I could set something up there, because I know you and Alex. Tom's from New York City. Well, my father's never been to New York, so maybe it's my uncle or something. I don't know. But actually, I do have family over there. My cousin's over there in New York. Another Harris. Harris.
Maybe your cousin's been busy, man. Who knows?
We're traveling, lad. We're taking over, lad.
The Harris are
taking over. Danny says, I need to get AG on a one-on-one. No, look, Danny, I would, but AG's already explained, my man. He's already explained, but I will be in contact with AG. Honestly, I can't wait to have this conversation. Will Stewart with the super chat. Will Stewart THSC rants. What a guy, what a legend. Great humour the last few days, mixing up the American sports and the soccer and the football, combining it. You guys have me saying soccer now. You guys have me saying soccer.
That's your fault. No, I'm surrounded by that word, and I still don't say it. That's your fault.
Big up, Will. He says, I'd like to challenge Marcelo to the rights of debating Alex. Yeah, no, look, I'll sort that out. Or my next show, Could be me as the host, Alex, Will, and Marcelo. Let me know what the people think.
That would not be fair to Alex. I mean, we I mean, honestly, that we 2 versus 1. Nah, come on now.
No, I don't know. I don't know because I've seen Will disagree with you. I've seen you disagree with Will. So I do think maybe if they get the questions right, it could be evened out. But the thing is, with Alex, he tends to go one step further than most fans. With Alex Ben Davies, with the Ben Davies testimonial and stuff like that. So I get you. I get you. But look, don't worry. Do you know what? I get you on with Alex, and I get Will on with Alex, and then the fans can vote and see what they thought was better. That's what I'm going to do. AG with another €5 super chat. Big up, what a legend. And he says it's just for the channel. Man, you're too kind. You're an absolute legend. And thank you so much. Again, I hope you've emailed me or added me on Twitter, my man. Hagley Kakarata says the Tom and David Harris Army. No, look, Tom's over in New York. I'm the original. But Tom, I would like to know if you've connections going back to Ireland, my man. Question here. One question to you, lads. What do you prefer? Arsenal get relegated or Davies and Winks are sold to the Gooners? Oh, I would actually prefer Davies and Winks go to the Gooners. I'd love to see DT, Robbie sit there having to watch them, Lee Gunner, and then watching Ty talk about how good they are. It'd make my day. Marcelo?
I would actually like to see. Imagine Arsenal getting relegated. That would be hilarious.
Yeah, that would be nice.
No, like you cannot I mean, knowing how much Winks and Davies play against Tottenham, they might actually start playing well if they play for the fucking Gooners.
No. Honestly, no. But what I will say to the Gooners is, please trust the process. It's going along nicely. It's brilliant. You can slag me all you want with what's going on at this club. I don't care. It's one season out of 5. You guys have had it for the last 5-6 seasons. Decline on decline on decline. So I have every right to give it to you. And I encourage every Spurs fans, not let them off the hook either.
No.
They can come back to you with all this, but look what's going on at your club. At the end of the day, they've been on decline for years. We've been on the rise. So, you still have the upper hand there. Alex Wills is saying you need to find Alex a partner. Yeah, that's hard. That's hard. Maybe Mike. Mike. Yeah, Mike from Paxton Road, I believe, Will, is who you're talking about, my man. Who else have we got? Anyone else got any questions for me and Marcelo? And Sue Smith is just echoing, yeah, big up the AG, big yourself up.
Big up, AJ.
Any more questions, guys, before we do end off? Mr. Edwardson at the Irish Hotspur. Hey, David. Hello, Marcelo. How are you keeping, my man?
Doing good.
I know Life is saying Liverpool's gone 5th. Wayne Bonner, maybe Tom Harris can run the New York branch of the Harris Army. Very, very true, my man.
Grow the brand.
Very, very true.
Grow the Harris brand.
Look, I already have people in America if they want to take over the American branch of the Harris Army. Marcelo, Will Stewart, Cody. I already have them boys. So Jack Kanicki. Jack is so them guys can all represent the Harris Army over that side. Tin Man 007, how would you guys feel if those Gooners finish above us? Me personally,
devastated.
Yeah. I would be absolutely sick. And it would make my season 10 times worse.
Yeah.
I've already had to endure shit and pain this season. But I already referred to this season as having, childbirth. If Arsenal finish above us, it's like pushing out twins. Do you know what I mean? It's double the pain. It's double the pain.
No. Honestly, I would rather I don't know, man. I would just rather work the next season because legitimately just not watch any games because we wouldn't be able to hear from them fucking wankers. So just I can't even imagine it. They're so bad. You know what I mean? Arsenal are so shit, and the fact that they're only 1 point behind us. It's honestly, it's sickening. It's sick. It honestly makes me sick. We have to beat Wolves on Sunday. I don't give a fuck.
But you know what? Wolves are. I'm not messing. For as long as I've been watching Tottenham, Wolves are a bogey team.
Well, David, every team is our bogey team.
Wolves are. Wolves are. Wolves have always turned up against us. Even when they were in the Premier League back in the day when we had Robbie Keane and Pavlyuchenko and players like that, they always turned up against us and they were shit.
Yeah. No, look, we should beat Wolves though. I mean, like for fuck's sakes, they're like what 12th in the league. Come on now, let's beat these fuckers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They have nothing. They have nothing to play for. You know what I mean? We can still, somewhat try to get top 6. I would rather be in Europa League. I don't want to be in the Conference League. What's another good question, David? Would you rather finish above Arsenal and be in the Conference League, or let Arsenal finish above us and they be in the Conference League?
Oh no! Look. I'm not. Look, people are going to laugh at me, but I don't care. I love it, right? So the thing is, with the Europa Conference League, right? You know what I'm going to say, right? Is I would rather have any sort of Europe, right? Even if it is like a friendly token gesture, I would rather have it than not have it. It would honestly kill me seeing Arsenal in a European season next season, even though it is the Europa League Conference League and it probably takes place on a Friday night or Friday at 12 a.m. or whatever, you know what I mean? I would still rather watch my team in it than watch them gooners in that salty, horrible little red jersey running around.
Honestly, dude, I don't want to be in the Conference League, especially when we lose it, because we're not going to win it. Somehow, Tottenham is going to find a way to not win that trophy. Like, oh, man.
No, we probably, yeah, of course we will. We'll definitely find out we're not going to win it, but
we would
just so I can still sing that song. Watching Tottenham on a Thursday night.
It'll be Friday.
You know what I mean? Yeah, well, Friday, whatever day it's going to be.
You don't play Europe because you're fucking shy.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I'd love to be dancing around doing that, man. I just hate them. Honestly, I love winding them up. Anytime I see Arsenal tweets, I'm straight in there. And the Arsenal fan base, they despise me, but I love it, and I love giving it to them. I hate them. Every opportunity I get, I put my foot on their throats, and you know what I mean? And I just give it to them because, I've seen enough of this Tottenham fans. Anytime the North London derby comes around, they're all playing nicely nice. It's like, oh, but what if you guys beat us? I couldn't care less. It's rivals. Cane them before the game, and even if they beat you after the game, still cane them. They're your rivals. Stop bowing down to them because, look, we thumped them earlier on in the season. They came back to this North London derby. They were cocky. Spurs fans bowed down. They bet us, and they gave it to us twice as hard. But we never learn. Look, with your rivals, any sort of opportunity you get, whether it's Simon Willian, and he scored 1 goal last season against West Brom, you know what I mean? Take them things and run with it and slag them and give it to them. Stop letting them off the hook. They're rivals.
Absolutely. Well, David, go ahead.
Yeah, just quickly, Danny Kiriaki with a super chat. He said, I'd also like to challenge Marcelo and Will Stewart for the rights to match up with Alex D. He called out the bun. Yeah, he did actually. He did. He did.
Alex is making a lot of enemies.
Like I said, the one with Alex Marcelo, one with Alex and Will, and one with Danny and with the bun and Alex, if Alex is willing, of course. And don't get me wrong, I actually do love Alex, even though I don't agree with his opinions. One thing I am going to say about the guy, he is hurting just as much as us.
Yeah.
And I've seen that. I've seen it. He is hurting just as much as us. Believe me, he loves this club just as much as us. Whether we agree with his opinions or not, he's a legend. But look, guys, we've been going for 2 hours now. I think Marcelo was just about to say he wanted to. We were going to end it there, I believe. So yeah, look, we will end it there. Look, guys, let us know why I do the usual like and subscribe. Let us know who you think, whose 2 choices you prefer in charge today, mine or Marcelo's. But look, it's been great. The Harris Army, we've had some amazing views all the way out through. You're all legends. I can't thank you enough. Make sure you have smashed a like on the stream. Make sure you do smash a subscribe on the channel if you're new. We have Danny Kiriakou. He says, we all love Alex, but destiny awaits Alex 100%. 100%. Marcelo, is there anything you want to say before we do end it off? Because I think that's what you were about to say.
Yeah, no, I got to go soon. And I just want to say, love the Harris Army. Love you, David. As always, an honor to be here. It was a great show. I think, whoever's the manager is, honestly, it's just about, just back the guy. Just give the guy time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For me, I think the next manager we're gonna have to be very patient. We're gonna have to. I know this is gonna sound wrong, but we're gonna have to lower our expectations a little bit. Saying, "Oh, let's get top 4." Come on now, let's be real now. Premier League has improved, and this board has let us decline. We have declined too far. We're gonna take a couple years to get back to top 4. I'm telling you, David, and it's gonna take even a little bit more to start winning trophies. So. Mescobar, he loves Jose Mourinho, but let that man go. If you love Jose Mourinho so much, go support Roma. Thank you very much. But saying Jose Mourinho all day, the guy, he's finished. He's a dinosaur. He was a winner. He's not a winner anymore. He was finished. He couldn't even manage Tottenham. All right. He
I
broke.
do think he's actually going to rebuild Roma. I
No,
genuinely
he's
believe
not.
he is.
He's not. He's not. I'm telling you. Listen, Mourinho is done. Mourinho is done as a manager, David. You know what I mean? That charisma that he once has. That swagger that he once has. Listen, he could win them a cup. Honestly, I truly believe that if we kept Mourinho, we had a good chance of winning that League Cup. Believe it or not, I think that's what Mourinho was preparing us for. And he loves a cup final, so we could have actually won that cup final. I think with Mourinho, I think we had a better chance than fucking Ryan Mason. But the thing is, with Roma, he may win them a cup, but he's never going to win a Serie A. He's not going to rebuild Roma like you think they're not going to go. He's not going to do it, And it's he's making another big mistake. Roma is an attacking squad. You look at their players. They're not a defensive squad actually at all. They're more of an attacking team. And for me, in my opinion, he's taking another attacking team and he's going to try to make it a defensive team. And soon enough, he's going to learn that he can't do that. And he's going to get sacked within 2 seasons.
No, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. I do think personally, he's going to rebuild Roma. I think just with the club Roma are, a bit Jose Mourinho, I do think it's a match made in heaven there. I really do. But look, that's just my opinion. I can also see Marcelo's side. I do think if he fails at Roma, I would switch to the he's done. I would. But big up AG for the super chat. And then we are going to end it off there. I grew up in London. You have the fake Man U fans who don't play football, or glory Arsenal fans and Chelsea don't exist. Look, I also grew up in London, AG, up in Croydon. And look, I'm well aware of all the fake Man U fans and all them sort of fans. Well aware of it, my man. And look, it's even worse over here. Liverpool, United, it's worse. It's worse over here. I'm just fed up with them. I'm fed up with them. But look, Spurs fans, we are going to have our day someday. We have to. It could be when I'm grey, I'm in a nursing home and I can't even wipe my own behind. But I don't care. I firmly believe before I end my life on this planet, the great life that I already live, Tottenham will win me a Premier League and a Champions League. I have to believe, or else I may as well just give up. But I do believe, and I want everyone else to believe. Again, it couldn't be my deludedness coming out, but I have to believe to keep myself sane. Big up AG for the super chat.
We came close once with Pochettino. You can never say it won't happen again. It's just going to take some time. It's going to take some time, David. And you know what? Our beers might be gray. Our beers might be gray by that point.
But they will be, lad. I'll probably have one of them patches there, bald patches, and just little tufts of hair on the side.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Probably...
We'll be in the rocking chairs, we'd have like an old dog beside us. Be doing videos, we'd be like, well, it's been
Yeah, you see me and Marcelo here in 2008, sitting here on the rocking chairs with grey hair, still talking about Eric Dyer and Winks at our club in some sort of capacity. 100% we are. But look, we are going to leave it there. Look, I think it's been a great show. Plenty of banter, plenty of food for thoughts on the 4 managers, Bielsa, Pochettino, if we could get him back again. I even forgot my 2 there now. Conte and Brendan Rodgers. Plenty of great discussions, plenty of stuff behind it. Jesus. Alex is in quickly. He says, no, me versus David. I would win easily. Alex, every time you're on, I school you, my man. I absolutely school you. I rip you to shreds every time I want. I actually got you to tell me Ben Davies should be given a testimonial. That's how much I win them debates, Alex. That's how much I win. There's no beating the Irish Hotspur, man. You need to learn this. Look, if you've watched me in debates, even when I lose, I don't lose. It's just that simple. But look, it's much like these debates with Marcelo. There's never any winners. Never.
Yeah, that's true.
But look, Alex in with the shit talking. I absolutely love it. The shit housery. He's getting the shit housery award.
I'll moderate. I'll let you two.
yeah. Marcelo will moderate, and then Marcelo can pick the winner. But no, honestly, look, we are going to end it off there now. I want to say a massive thank you to all you, the super chatters. You absolute legends, you heroes. You know, I really don't know how much it means to me. Thank you so much.
Come on.
I want to say a massive, massive thank you to you, the Harris Army, for tuning in the way you do. Follow me around in all the shows you do. You know, show them getting the support behind me you do. You know, with the comments in underneath the videos, the likes on the streams. You know, the engagement rate with the viewers is absolutely insane. It's through the roof. So big up you guys. We're on the big push for 3K. Keep spreading the word and make it happen. I want 3K before the end of the season. I think it's achievable. I think we're on 2,240 now. You know, it's a big, big push this season. So you guys are all legends. Like I said yesterday, I was getting a bit emotional. I was nearly tearing up, but you guys have made my dreams come true. You guys out there, every single one of you, the Harris Army, the leaders, thank you so, so much. I was also saying, you know, the guests that have come on my channel to help me again, major thank you to all them guys. But to this guy sitting right beside me, he's always been here. He's always been here from day one, and I will never, ever forget it. He comes on, he has his opinion. He couldn't give a shit whether people agrees with him or not. He's exactly like me. And that's what you need on YouTube. You know, that's what you need on YouTube. And big up Marcelo for your time. I really do appreciate it, brother. You're a hero.
Come on, nah, I'm no hero. I'm no hero. Just a passionate fan. Let's go. You know, we did it. You know, we're going. You know, the Harris Army is growing. You see it everywhere. You know, I'm even seeing it at We Are Tottenham TV. You know, we see Harris Army. You know, we see Mr. K out there. It's all over the place, man. It's just I'm honestly just proud of being here. You know, part of being part of this channel, and you know, just seeing it grow like it's growing, man. You know, hopefully, just keeps going, keeps getting bigger, and only you guys can do it by smashing the like button, subscribing, you know, sharing this on Twitter. You know what I mean? If you enjoy, you know, our opinions and you enjoy these shows and you enjoy all the hard work that David puts in, because I see David in like almost every stream. I mean, like this guy,
legitimately, I should be on billboards and posters.
Yeah, he is literally he is the poster boy of what a Spurs fan should be, man. You know what I mean? So share it on Twitter, you know, try to get the word out. Let's grow this army. Let's grow this fan base, because, you know, as proud as I am for how, you know, where we are at, I'm telling you, this can get even bigger, and it will get bigger. It's going to get bigger. It's going to get bigger.
And the Samba soldiers, all you guys, you have all played your part.
Come on.
You have all played your part as well, especially mixing with the Harris Army. When the Samba soldiers and the Harris Army come together, it's unstoppable. And this is what created Frenemies. This is what's created everything around it. Everybody absolutely loves this show. It's brilliant. I think it's been another great episode.
Yeah.
Before we do end off, I can't stress enough. I know AG is probably going to kill me for this, but get down to the protest on the 15th. Get down there. Keep it peaceful, but make yourselves heard.
Yeah.
Keep it peaceful, but make yourselves heard. That's what I encourage everybody. I can't stress enough. Whether it's Levy out or Enoch out, whatever you want, get down there on the 15th. Make your voices heard. I will go as far as saying this, because it's not really encouraging violence or anything like that. But get down to the gates where the buses arrive and stop the game from going ahead. You know, that's how you start making noise. That's how you make these guys listen to you. And do it again when the NFL games come about. When the make a show them in front of their friends across the pond. You know what I mean? Then they'll start listening to you. But honestly, we're going to end off here. You guys have been amazing. It's been another great, amazing show. Keep up. Everybody keep safe. Keep safe out there. And keep doing what you're doing. I'll be back again tomorrow with the fan show around 9:30, 10 o'clock. I'm just not sure what time yet, because as you know, your great centre attacking midfield / striker is playing Astro tomorrow. He's back on the pitch, baby. He's lacing up the boots, and he's going to score a few goals and give it the old R9 with a few techers as well. It's coming. You know, to all the people, if there's anyone out there that plays Astro with me and is watching, you best be ready. You best be on your game. You leave your legs open, the ball's going through it. You think I'm going right, I'm going left. You think I'm going left, I'm going right. You never catch me. You will never catch me. But come on, the Harris Army. Come on, you Spurs. And the 15th, be there.
Enoch out.